From the McCormick Gymnasium in Fargo, North Dakota. Good evening, everybody. I'm Jed Thomas alongside my partner, Cade Busick, as we are getting ready to kick off the winter sports season here on Shanley TV. We've been off for about a month now, but folks, we are glad to be back and ready to bring to you this matchup between the Shanley Deacons and the Valley City Highliners in girls varsity basketball. Now, before we do get to the game, we would like to take a minute to tell you to really say thank you to the Shanley Athletic Club for some upgrades we received from them during this break between the fall and winter sports seasons. Those are some upgrades you'll hopefully notice as a viewer at home. So huge thank you to the Shanley Athletic Club, always supporting us and did some great things for us here in between fall and winter sports seasons. To the game at hand, though, Shanley and Valley City. Cade Busick, you're on the call tonight. Tell us, what should we be expecting between these two teams?
All right, the big thing to watch tonight is going to be the difference in leadership between the two teams. Shanley brings 4 starters back. Valley City, from a state runner-up team, Valley City was knocked out of the play-in game for EDC, and they have no seniors. Watch to see who becomes the leader.
All right, so two teams with 2 different finishes to last year, but hey, brand new season. Both squads are 0-0, so anything can happen. Should be fun to see what happens here tonight. For now, folks, we are going to send things down to the PA announcer, but don't go anywhere. We got a great game coming up in just a few minutes.
Smoking is prohibited on the school grounds of Shanley High. Thank you for your cooperation. The concession stand and restrooms are located south of the gymnasium in the commons area of the school. At this time, we ask that you please rise as Shanley High School Chaplain Father Charles McCormick leads us in prayer.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Father, all-powerful, never-living God, we do well always and everywhere to give you thanks, and we thank you for gathering us together for this time of recreation here tonight. Be with us, watch over us, and bless us. Keep the players free from injury and harm. Allow them to play to the best of their ability and enjoy the contest tonight. Let everything here that happens give you great honor, and when the evening is through, allow us to reach our homeward destinations in safety. We pray all this in the name of your Son, Jesus, by the power of your Holy Spirit. You are God forever and ever. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Please remain standing, remove all headgear, and place your hand over your heart as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem. Tonight's anthem will be performed by Shanley senior Nick Dosh.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
At this time, we will have Shanley sophomore Patty Huber.
Don't go anywhere, folks. High school basketball action is next after a brief word from our sponsors.
This broadcast is presented by American Family Insurance, Ken Craft Agency, Bell Bank, Butler Machinery Company, Ed's Marine and Storage, the Fargo Jet Center, First International Bank and Trust, Forum Communications, Haley's Hope, Kochman Brothers Homes, Luther Family Buick GMC, Master Construction, More Engineering, Netrix IT, Northern Improvement Company, Off the Wall Advertising, Robert Gibb and Sons, Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Shields, and TCI Insurance.
Good evening, folks, and welcome back to North Dakota High School girls basketball action. I'm Jed Thomas alongside my partner, Cade Busick, as again we are getting ready to kick off this winter sports season. Shanley Deacons and the Valley City Highliners. Cade, I think you've got a couple players for us to watch here tonight, so why don't you take it away?
All right, so for the Shanley Deacons, you got to watch the center, Sierra Berg. She was a monster for Shanley last year. But then for Valley City, you're going to want to watch 21, Taryn Dieterle. She's a junior, really good player for the Highliners last year, and they're going to need her to show up tonight.
Absolutely, Kate. And Sierra Berg, you mentioned there, she's a player who's really going to have to step up here for the Deacons, perhaps overshadowed the last few years by some big-time players up front like Emily Dietz and Lauren Rotunda. But no doubt that she is going to have to step up into a bigger role this season, and I don't think that'll be too tall a task for her. A great player who I think is going to make an even bigger name for herself this season.
You just watch her. She comes up, she comes to business, and she takes care of the job. She is very quiet in how she does it, but she does a really good job at everything.
Absolutely, so should be fun to watch. Another thing to watch on that Deacon squad, dynamic duo of sophomores, Hadley Huber and Riley Payne. They had quite the year last year as freshmen, and I think we all expect that they've only gotten better since then. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, you definitely have to agree. They were so fun to watch last year. They led this team to a state runner-up, and you can only expect more from them as the years go on.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And Hadley Huber, a very impressive job stepping into that point guard role, one that was filled by Shanley legend Sarah Jacobson for many years before. Huber's done a great job there, filling some big shoes. And again, I think everybody expects more of the same from her and really the Shanley team this year. This is a Deacon squad where expectations are always high, and this year's no exception.
Yeah, and replacing her, and moving into the other guard position is her cousin, Taryn Hoffer, a senior. She'll be a lot of fun to watch with her, too.
Absolutely, Hoffer adds some veteran experience there. And as we're awaiting this opening tip-off, folks, perhaps you've noticed an addition to our scoreboard down low there. That's right, we have got a game and shot clock for you. For the first time in the history of Shanley TV, we will no longer have to be constantly reminding you of the time because it is going to be right down there for you. That is something we are very excited about, going to be having that on all-time sports for you. Going forward, so it's not just basketball. Very excited to have that, and a huge thank you to some donors who generously gave money to fund that. So thank you very much to those folks for helping us pay for that. And folks, we're just glad we can bring you that game clock. We hope you're as excited as we are.
Dieterle will take the ball up the floor, pass it over to Lloyd. Lloyd, it's going to get stolen, but nope, not. It's going to get made by Dieterle. Dieterle gets her own rebound. Going to be stolen by Payne. Going to take it up the right side. Going to pull out. It's going to be a foul on, I believe, 14 Dieterle. Her first.
Yeah, Kate, that time Jaden Dieterle just trying to catch back up to Riley Payne there. Payne on a bit of a break that time. Dieterle gets behind her, and all of a sudden Payne pulls up. Dieterle can't stop. There's the contact. There's the foul.
Taryn will take the ball. Hoffer will take the ball on the left side, pass it back over to the right to Huber. Huber is going to push the ball in, going to get it back. She's going to put it up for two. It's good. Dieterle will inbound the ball. She will inbound the ball to Andrejek. Going to be stolen by Vetter. Vetter, it's good for two.
A real nice read that time by Vetter. She sees exactly where the ball's going and just runs into that lane pretty much unguarded that time. I mean, she was on defense, so not like she's going to be guarded. But like I said, Vetter just makes a good read, gets into the lane, and makes the steal. That's two quick steals here for the Deacons early on.
Yep, the Highlanders are having a little bit of trouble with this press right now. Oh, and the Deacons are just being able to read eyes and just walk in for a steal.
Well, that's Shanley's bread and butter, defense, defense, defense. Eventually it's going to lead to some offense, and you see that there as they're up 4-0 right now. Now, folks, we talked about that clock earlier, and thanks some generous donors for providing that for us. And, folks, if you would like to be one of those donors, contact Joel Shuey at 701-893-3225. Again, that's Joel Shuey at 701-893-3225. If you're interested in donating, you can find her at that number. She handles donations. We would be very appreciative for that, so just something to keep in mind.
Dieterle's going to inbound the ball to Andrejek. He's going to pass it up to Dieterle. He's going to take it up. He's going to run into a trap, going to get out of it, though. Going to be tossed ahead to Lloyd, but Lloyd's going to step out of bounds. It's going to be Deacon basketball.
Yeah, tough break that time for Courtney Lloyd. Shanley defense just not giving her a lot of space. It was a nice pass, kind of threading the needle that time, but Lloyd had nowhere to go and unfortunately just wound up with her feet over the line.
Huber's going to have the ball on the right wing, pass it into Sierra Berg. It's going to get knocked away from her and stolen by Dieterle. Going to pass it up to Andrejek. He's going to dribble it up to the top of the key. It's going to, was looking for Dieterle, but Dieterle wasn't looking. It's going to be Deacon basketball after the pass out of bounds.
And that hurts if you're Valley City because you finally see some real tenacity there on defense. They do a nice job stealing the ball away. They get a little momentum going, and unfortunately for them, the pass is off the money and out of bounds. So a little bit of a kill to that momentum there, but still good to see that compete on defense.
Huber's going to put a shot up. It's going to be a miss. Valley City is going to push the ball up the floor. Dieterle is going to get the ball on the right wing. She's going to be trapped. Going to pass it out to Andrejek. Going to shoot for three. It's good. Huber's going to push the ball up the floor. Sierra's calling for the ball, not going to get it. Hoffer's going to get the ball on the right wing. He's going to get back over to Payne on the left wing. Payne's going to dribble in, going to miss the shot. She gets her own rebound, passes it out to Sierra. It's good, and the foul.
Excellent play that time from Riley Payne. When she gets stuff there going up to the rim, makes a great play, not only to get her own rebound, but then finds Sierra Berg under the hoop with an excellent little bounce pass. That's a nice response from Shanley after the big three from Lexi Andrasik.
And it was a good hustle play. Those are the plays that win games. And she'll get another rebound here, put it back up for two. Dieterle gets the ball inbounded to her. She's going to be trapped. Going to throw it off Hoffer, and it's going to be the Valley City ball all on the side.
Very smart play there from just a freshman guard. Jaden Dieterle got the double team on her, nowhere to go, so she puts it out of bounds off the Shanley player. That's a veteran move there from a freshman.
Peterson's going to have the ball, dribble it around. She's going to be on the floor with it. It's going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow should be Valley City ball. Yep. Peterson is going to inbound the ball for the Highliners. It's going to be inbounded to Dieterle, but it's going to be stolen by Huber. Huber's got, Dieterle is going to poke that ball out. It'll stay Deacon basketball.
Number 15, Grace Shear checks in for the Highliners.
Shear will be checking in for the Highliners. Riley Payne's going to inbound the ball to Sierra Berg. Shot's going to be no good. Rebound Dieterle. She's going to push the ball up the floor. Passes it over to Shear. Shear's going to give it back to Dieterle. Dieterle's going to give it to her sister on the wing. Top of the key for Peterson. Lloyd is going to take the shot. No good. Peterson's going to dribble it out. Pass it over to Shear. Shear's going to dribble it. Over to Dieterle. Dieterle is going to pass it in. It's going to be passed back out. Peterson, shot no good, but a foul.
A nice job that time from Peterson, able to generate the foul under the hoop. Deacons not giving her a lot of space to work with, so what you got to do that really when you're in that situation is just kind of work against the bodies and hopefully draw a foul on the defense. That's exactly what she does. Looking at the Shanley defense right now, you got to be impressed. In football, they talk a lot about swarming the ball carrier, getting a lot of guys to whoever has the ball. And that's what the Deacons are doing, but in basketball terms, whoever's got the ball, the Deacons are just flying towards them, and that's leading to a lot of nice double and sometimes triple teams for them.
Huber is going to take the ball up after the Valley City bucket. Huber's going to take the ball on the right, pass it out to Sierra in the corner. It's going to go back up to Payne on the wing. She's going to dribble around to the top of the key. Pass it over to Vetter in the corner. Up to Sear at the top of the key. Into Huber down low. Huber's going to go up with it. It's going to be no good, but there was a foul.
Yeah, that's a tough one that time.
On Shear.
It looks like Shear was just trying to go for the ball. I think she did catch a little bit of Huber's hand. Tough to tell. Close call. I think the right one, though.
Huber will miss the first.
Yeah, get a look at that replay. She comes in from behind, and she does a good job trying to just get the ball, but can't really avoid making contact with Huber that time.
Huber makes the second. The ball is inbounded to Dieterle. It's going to be trapped or thrown ahead to Peterson. Then Sierra Berg is going to come in and got a hand on it, but it's going to be out of bounds on her. And it will be Valley City Highliner ball underneath.
Yeah, excellent job by Sierra Berg that time, using that long 6'1" frame. Just gets her hand up there and breaks up the pass. Excellent work that time.
Dieterle's going to get the ball on the outside. It's going to go over to Lloyd. Lloyd Shear's going to shoot a three. It's no good, but a rebound by Peterson. And Payne is going to take the ball, throw ahead to Hoffer. It's going to be no good and intercepted by Peterson. Dieterle is going to take the ball up to the right wing, pass it into Dieterle. She's going to take two dribbles, turn, shot no good. Rebound Shear. Shear's going to pass it into Lloyd. Lloyd's shot no good. But rebound Sierra Berg. Huber is going to take the ball up to the floor. Pass over to Payne. Payne for three, no good. Sierra Berg on the rebound. Shot is no good. Gets her own rebound, goes up with it again, and it's going to be a rebound Dieterle. Dieterle is going to push the ball off the floor, push it up to Lloyd. Lloyd's shot is good. But Huber will take the ball back up for the Deacons. Pass over to Payne on the right wing. Back over to Huber on the left wing. Into Vetter inside. Back out to Huber, over to Payne. Payne for three. It's good. Dieterle will bring the ball up for the Deacons. Passes it back over to Peterson. Back up to Dieterle. Into the corner to Lloyd. Out to Peterson at the top of the key. Down to Shear. Shear shot no good. I believe it was blocked by Sierra Berg. Huber is going to push the ball back up the floor. Over to Payne. She's going to dribble down in the corner. Now back up to the wing. Pass up to Hadley Huber. Taryn Hoffer is going to take a shot for three. It's no good. Dieterle on the rebound. Pass up to Lloyd. Lloyd's going to dribble in and try and pass it into Dieterle. Dieterle's going to get a shot. It's good for two. Hadley Huber's going to bring the ball back up the floor for the Deacons. Going to pass it into Payne. Payne's going to take a shot. It is no good. Rebound Shear. Shear's going to bring the ball up for the Deacons. She's going to push it in with Hadley Huber on her. Takes a shot. Off the rim, no good. Rebound Julia Vetter. Hadley Huber will take the ball up the floor, pushing it. It passes it up to Sierra Berg. Sierra Berg down low. Back out to Payne. Payne for three. No good. Rebound Dieterle. Up to Peterson. Peterson's going to slow it down and give it to the younger Dieterle. She's going to call for a screen from her sister. Not going to get it. Out to Shear. Shear for three. No good. Rebound Lloyd. Lloyd dribbling down inside. Is going to pass it out. Ball's going to go over to Dieterle. Dieterle for three. No good. Rebound Julia Vetter. Vetter's going to push the ball. She's going to pull it out. Going to take a shot for two. It's good.
Wow, Vetter left wide open that time. Kind of spun around. I think everyone thought she was looking for a pass. I think that's what she was trying to do. But by the time she spins around, she realizes everybody's left and takes the wide open jumper.
Dieterle is going to get the ball at the top. Going to pass it into Peterson. Peterson's going to dribble in. Going to pass it out to Lloyd. Lloyd for three. No good, but a rebound. It's going to be a jump ball.
Shanley a little fortunate right now that Valley City has been unable to convert on a couple of looks from beyond the arc. they're doing a nice job crowding underneath the hoop, really doing a good job kind of collapsing in on themselves, making it very difficult for Valley City to get any points in the paint. In turn, though, they're leaving a lot of wide open looks from three-point range, and sooner or later those are going to start to hit. So while I like the work they're doing in the paint, they got to be a bit more responsible out on the edge.
On that point, Jed, the Deacons have gone into a zone, which has made it a little bit tougher for them to rebound, and so the Highliners have been able to get some easy putbacks.
Very true, kid.
It's going to be out of bounds on the Deacons, and it's going to be Highliner ball. Shearer's going to bring the ball up for the Highliners. Just going to go into Andrejek. Over to Bernson. Andrejek's going to go over to Shear. He's going to pass it in. Peterson's going to have the ball. Looks for a shot, didn't take it. Then shot blocked, I believe, by Sierra Berg. It's going to stay Highliner ball. Androsky to inbound for the Highliners. Can be passed into Peterson. Shear, then over to Shear. Here, a little scramble for the ball. Well, Shear gets it over to Neski. Now it's over to Peterson. Peterson for three, no good. Hadley Huber's going to get the rebound. She's got Shear all over her, but she's going to beat her. Over to the right wing. Now she takes it inside. Shot up, no good, but it's going to be a foul. I'm not quite sure who it's on, but Hadley Huber will go to the line for two.
Nice job that time by Huber to draw the foul. And good to see the Deacons doing a little more work in the paint here. You know, before I was wanting them to take a couple more threes. I mean, just take one, really. And they started to do that, which was good to see, but they almost kind of forgot about their game inside. Now they're getting back to it. Shanley having a little trouble finding balance, I think, on offense right now. But also worth noting that we're just in the first 10 minutes of the season here, so there's bound to be a couple hiccups. I think we've seen that from both squads.
An interesting thing to watch this year, last year Shanley only played about 6 players for most games. This year they've already played 7. Watch to see if they used more of their depth this year.
Yeah, definitely, Cade. The Deacons, I think, have some more depth available to them. Right now, like you said, you see a couple girls who weren't seeing the floor necessarily last year, providing some nice depth, giving the starters a good breather early on.
Androsky's going to pass the ball all in. It's going to go out to Dieterle. Dieterle's going to pass it out to Bernson. Bernson's going to go into Neski. Neski's going to go for 2. It's good. Huber will take the ball up for the Deacons. She's going to pass it over to Vetter. Vetter's open, but she doesn't want it. Passes it over to Rivard on the right wing. Into Huber. Huber's going to go up for 2. No good. Rebound for the Highliners. And Dieterle's going to pass it over to the other Dieterle. It's going to go out of bounds on the Highliners, and it's going to be Shanley Deacon basketball.
Couple substitutions here as Payne and Hoffer are going to check back in. Visser and Rivard sit. Those are 2 senior depth players for Shanley. Rivard, worth noting, on Shanley's, Shanley had a scrimmage last Friday where Rivard was a bit shaken up with an ankle injury. Spoke with her this afternoon, said she was feeling good to go, and I think we've seen that already here in this game.
Really nice court vision by Taryn, and then a great pump fake by Hadley. Steps back, makes a nice bucket. Dieterle's going to take the ball up for the Highliners. Here's Taryn Hoffer's going to try and get the ball. Pass it over to Julia Vetter. Up to Payne. Payne's going to go up for 2. No good. It's going to be rebounded by Dieterle. Dieterle's going to pass it over to her sister, who's going to take the ball up the floor. She's going to pass it over to Bernson. Bernson going to give it into Dieterle. Dieterle's going to pass back to Bernson for 2. No good. Rebound Sierberg. Going to give it up to Hadley Huber. Over to Riley Payne on the right wing. Up to Hadley Huber at the top of the key. Over to Taryn on the left wing. She's going to go for 3. It's no good. Rebound Dieterle. She's going to have Hadley Huber on her, but she's going to pass it up to Androsky. Over to Bernston. Dieterle at the top of the key. Pass intercepted by Riley Payne up to Hadley Huber. She's going to go up for 2. It's no good. Going to call a foul here. Not quite sure what it is.
Peterson and Lloyd back in for Valley City.
Nice defensive play there by Riley Payne to get that offensive rush going for Shanley. Hasn't had the best night scoring-wise so far, but everything else I think has been stellar for Payne. Been really physical in her rebounding and has played stellar defense. That time you saw her make the interception. Looked like an NFL cornerback that time, stretching out and grabbing the pass. So Riley Payne, not the best night scoring so far, but other than that, been really solid for Shanley.
Another really good rebound. She'll take the ball up the floor over to Hoffer. Hoffer for three, no good, but it's going to be a rebound. Sierra Berg, who's going to dribble in, pass it. I think it went between Vedder's legs, and it's going to go out of bounds on the Deacons. It'll be Valley City Highliner basketball.
Great idea that time from Berg. Realized she didn't have the space to work with, found Vedder somewhat open, and I think Vedder was just a little caught off guard by that pass.
Peterson's going to get the ball at the top of the key, pass it over to Lloyd. Lloyd is going to give it over to Dieterle, who's going to give it back to Dieterle. Over to Lloyd, down to Peterson. Peterson will give it to Androsky, over to Dieterle. Down to Androsky. To Dieterle. Dieterle's going to go up for three with no time on the shot clock. It's going to be a shot clock violation. Deacon basketball. Hadley Huber will take the ball up for the Deacons. She'll be guarded by Andrejek. She'll take it over to the left wing, into Taryn Hoffer on the left corner, into Riley Payne, who's going to pass it out to Huber. Huber's going to throw a nice pass into Berg. It's going to be good for two. Andrejek's going to take the ball up for the Highliners. Pass it over to the right wing. It's going to go into Dieterle. Dieterle's going to try and throw a pass. It's intercepted by Julia Vetter. Riley Payne, will take the ball up the floor. It's going to throw it into Hadley Huber. Bobbles the ball a little bit. Shot's going to be no good. Rebound Dieterle. Dieterle's going to take the ball up the floor. Nope, she's going to pass it up to Andrejek, who will bring the ball up the floor. Andrejek will give it to Dieterle, who will give it over to Peterson. They're going to call it traveling on Peterson, and it will be Deacon basketball.
Yeah, back-to-back errors there for Valley City. First the shot clock, now the travel, and that costs them. They're down 20-12 right now, a very manageable deficit, but you want to keep things close here. They've done a good job of it all game long, and with halftime just a little over 5 minutes away, you got to try and keep things close headed into that half.
You just wonder what the mental state of these girls is. I mean, they know that they're going up against a state runner-up, and you got to wonder if nerves are taking over a little bit here. Rebound Dieterle after the miss by Payne. She's going to take the ball up the right side, up to Andrejek, who looked to shoot, didn't want it. That gave it over to Lloyd. Lloyd's going to dribble around. Over to Peterson. Then Peterson's going to try and get it in. Neski can't. Payne's going to get the steal. Going to push it ahead up to Katie Visser. Katie Visser's not going to get a shot up. It will go out on the Highliners and stay with the Deacons. Lily Rivard will check in for the Deacons. Riley Payne will inbound for the Deacons. She'll give it over to Julia Vetter. Julia Vetter's shot is good for two. Dieterle will bring the ball up for the Highliners. Shanley is in a zone. Peterson on the right wing, going to throw it into Neski. Over to Dieterle. Dieterle for two. It's good. Payne will dribble the ball up for the Deacons. Gives it to Vetter. Or in the paint. Vetter for two. No good. Rebound Lloyd. They'd pass up to Dieterle. Dieterle's going to push the ball up the floor. Over to Neski. Up to Lloyd. Lloyd for three. No good. Rebound Neski. It's good for two.
That's what you need if you're Valley City. Got to get those garbage points, if you know what I mean. Got to fight for them in the paint like that. And all of a sudden, it's just a 6-point game once again. Great job by Valley City right now, sticking around, not letting anything get out of control.
Valley City has struggled shooting threes, and the Deacons have gone to a zone which forces you to shoot threes a little bit. But a problem with that is that you really don't have a person that you're supposed to box out. So when that happens, it's pretty common for a lot of offensive rebounds, which is something we've been seeing here.
Yeah, absolutely, Cade. That's exactly where those points came from just then. And if Shanley continues to let Valley City take those rebounds, take those threes, and then if those don't go, get those quick twos in the paint, it's going to be a long night for them. So they got to be a little bit better about, getting in there and nabbing those rebounds like you talked about. They did a good job of it early, though, so we know they're capable of it. Just got to kind of get back into it.
You see Katie Visser and Sierra Berg out there. Expect them to take over on the boards here. Payne will take the ball up to the top of the key, get a screen from Vetter. She's not going to use it. Going to try and throw it into Vetter. Vetter's going to get blocked, but they're going to call a foul. Yep. She's going to go to the line for 2.
Would have been a pretty assist that time for Payne had it gone in, but still Vetter able to draw the foul there and get a shot for 2 here.
One thing you notice about this Valley City team, they don't have a lot of depth. If you can get people in foul trouble, they could be in a lot of trouble quickly.
Yeah, that's a good point. We talked about Shanley not having a ton of depth last year, compared to some previous years. This year they got a bit more flexibility. I think a couple more girls they maybe trust to play some heavier minutes, and that's just a nice thing to have for any team.
Visser's going to turn around, going to get a, nope, shot won't go. Neski's going to pass it over to Andrejek. She's going to push the ball up the floor. Over to Lloyd. Lloyd's going to throw it into Dieterle. Dieterle's going to dribble around, back out to Lloyd. Look to shoot, not going to take it. Going to dribble around with Visser on her. It's going to be a block on the Deacons. It's going to be Valley City Highliner ball underneath. Huber will check back in for the Deacons. Bernston will check back in for the Highliners. She'll inbound the ball. Andrejek's going to throw up a shot. It's going to be no good. Rebound, Julia Vetter. She'll take the ball off the floor. Throws it up ahead to Payne. She's going to get a shot off. It's good. 2 points. Dieterle will bring the ball up. The Shanley Deacons are back in a zone press again. And Andrejek's going to get the ball. I'll throw it over to Lloyd. Up to Dieterle. Dieterle's going to dribble along the right side into Neski. Dieterle's going to get the ball. Back over to Bernston. Up to Andrejek. Back down to Bernston. Bernston's going to dribble in. Going to throw it out to Lloyd. Lloyd's going to go for 3. No good. Rebound Riley Payne. She'll push the ball up the floor. Over to Hadley Huber. Into Berg. Berg's shot is good. Dieterle will bring the ball back up the floor. Lloyd will get the ball inside. They're going to call a double dribble there on her. It's going to be Deacon basketball again.
So Valley City gonna use a timeout now as Shanley has got the first double-digit lead of this game. Deacons trying to almost run away with it here before halftime, and if you're Valley City, Cade, that's something you gotta try and stop, wouldn't you think?
Yeah. One problem that the Valley City Highlanders are having, the zone is overloading, so there are getting to be more people for one team than the other in the zone. But what that's happening is it's making the Valley City Highlanders push the ball hard, and what that's doing is it's creating commotion and chaos, which is working in the Deacons' favor because the Highliners aren't getting good shots and the Deacons are getting easy rebounds.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really been the difference maker, between these two teams. That Shanley defense, it's had its moments where it's struggled, but for the most part, they've done a good job disrupting the flow of Valley City's game, whether they're breaking up passes themselves or whether they're just forcing the Highliners to take bad shots. It's just been overall a very effective defensive strategy here for Shanley. And with that in mind, you got to tip your hat to the coaching staff. I mean, clearly they knew what to expect coming into this game. They knew that if they gave Valley City some open threes, ultimately it would be okay. Obviously, they must have known Valley City not the best three-point shooting team. So, like I said, just tip your hats to that Shanley coaching staff right now. They seem to have things figured out pretty well.
Huber will bring the ball up for the Deacons. Guarded by Andrejek. Just going to look for Vetter. Vetter's going to be ball on the left wing. Visser's going to get, ball's going to be stolen on the pass. Lloyd's going to take the ball in. She's going to get a shot up. It's going to be no good, but there's going to be a foul on, I believe, Katie Visser here. And Lloyd will go to the line for 2.
Deacon foul number 33, Katie Visser. Courtney Lloyd will go to the line for 2.
Another foul for Visser there. I believe that's only her second, but that's two pretty close together.
Lloyd will make the first, and Hoffer will check in for Visser.
See that starting five back out there for Shanley. Likely going to play the final 2 minutes, 23 seconds here of this first half.
Lloyd will make the, nope, missed the second. Berg will get the rebound, pushes up to Huber. Huber throws it ahead to Vetter. Vetter's going to turn around, shot no good. She gets her own rebound. It's going to be blocked. They're going to call a foul there, and Vetter will go to the line again.
Good compete that time from Julia Vetter, taking a couple tries at the shots, getting her own rebound, and ultimately drawing the foul. Just nice work down in the paint. Gritty play.
Vetter's going to make the first. And the second. Bernston will inbound the ball. Oh, over to Andrejek. Andrejek's in trouble, going to pass it over to Dieterle. Dieterle's going to get trapped, going to throw up to Neski. Over to Andrejek, who's going to throw it up to Lloyd. Lloyd's going to dribble the ball in. He's going to give it into Neski. Back out to Dieterle. Dieterle's going to take the ball at the top of the key and try and slow things down. Going to throw over to Andrejek. She's going to throw it into Bernston at the top of the key. Lloyd's going to shoot a three. It's good. Huber will bring the ball back up for the Deacons. She'll dribble over to the right wing. Pass it into Sierra Berg. She's going to throw it into Vetter. Vetter's going to put up a shot. No good. She's going to get a rebound and get another shot. It's going to be no good as well, but she's going to fight, and Vetter's going to get her rebound back again. Payne is going to take the three. It's good off the bank.
And that's an opportunity once again generated by the hustle from Vetter. Really leading by example right now is the senior. She's a captain, and you can see why.
It's going to be taken away by the Deacons, and there's going to be a foul. I'm not quite sure who was on there.
Shanley doing a nice job responding right now to a big three from the Highliners and Courtney Lloyd. One thing to note, though, for Valley City, that's the second three I've seen Lloyd make here, and she's overall been a pretty effective shooter for him. You'd like to see her maybe get going a bit more, get a couple touches for Valley City.
One thing to note, though, the Deacons are in the bonus. There is only a little over a minute left, but the Highliners do have 7 fouls. But Jaden Dieterle, the younger Dieterle, already has 3 fouls.
Yeah, definitely something to watch there, Cade, worth noting. You talked about that depth for Valley City and how fouls could end up being a big issue for him.
Dieterle's going to get the ball. She's going to dribble in. She was looking for Shear. Shear didn't keep cutting, and it's going to be out of bounds on the Highliners. Deacon basketball again. Huber's going to bring the ball up for the Deacons. Going to be guarded by, I believe, Shear. It's going to be passed over to Vetter. Vetter's going to try and throw it into Payne. Payne's going to put a shot. It's good for 2. 45 seconds left in the half. Andrejek's going to push the ball up to Deacons. Deacons are back in that zone. It's going to be stolen by, it's going to be a jump ball. Oh, and I believe it'll stay Highliner basketball.
Yeah, that is the case. Jump ball alternating possession, so it stays with Valley City. But again, there's that hustle from Shanley. They are closing out this half in a really impressive fashion.
Shear's going to put a shot up for 2. It's good. 30 seconds left in the half. Huber's going to push the ball up the floor. It looks like she's going to try and slow things down and make it close to the last shot of the half. Berg is going to give her a screen. She's not going to use it. Throws it over to Payne. Payne's going to put a shot up for 3. No good. Rebound, Lloyd. Shear's going to push the ball up for the Deacons. It's going to be a foul on Hadley Huber. That'll be the 4th team foul for the Deacons.
Deacon foul number 3, Hadley Huber.
It's going to go over to Lloyd. It's going to be guarded by Vetter. It's going to be stolen by Payne, who's going to push the ball up the floor. She's going to pass it out to Hoffer. Hoffer is going to no good. The one thing you did see on that last Highliner possession Julia Vetter came out to guard Lloyd on the 3. So that means that they're starting to at least respect her on the 3 ball there.
Yeah, absolutely, Kate. It's something we talked about. Lloyd's been a good shooter, and now, like you said, Shanley, starting to respect her. They're realizing the threat she is outside. Headed into the half, though, it is a 34-20 lead for Shanley. Not exactly ideal if you are Valley City. They kept it close for most of the first half, and now it's a pretty sizable lead for the Deacons. Something Valley City is going to have to work on from the get-go in the second half. Yeah, go ahead.
If you're Valley City, what you got to do is you got to make sure you get second chances, and the Deacons can't let them have them because that's what they need to get back into this game. Will they get them? Probably, especially if the Deacons stay in that zone, but the Deacons must minimize them.
Absolutely. So we'll see what adjustments both teams make in half. For now, folks, we'll step away, but don't go anywhere. Another great half of girls basketball is coming up in just a few minutes. Good evening, folks, and welcome back to North Dakota High School girls basketball action. I'm Jed Thomas, of course, joined by Kate Busick as we're getting ready for the second half of play here between the Shanley Deacons and the Valley City Highliners. 34-20 lead right now for the Shanley Deacons. Was a fairly close first half, though, until a bit of a run by Shanley towards the end. Kate, what are you expecting here in the second half? What kind of adjustments do you think both teams will have made?
I think if you're Valley City, you're going to try and push the ball and create more possessions, because if you do that, obviously more chances to score. If you're Shanley, I expect to see them pressing and try to force turnovers like they've done really well.
Absolutely, Kate. It's what they did all that first half. Defense leads to offense, like I said. And so if Shanley can just continue that pressure on D, that'll be huge for them. If they can keep that up, should be able to just kind of ride that out till the end of the game.
Yeah, and they've been able to do that a lot in the past. Let's see if they can do that now. It will be Shanley basketball to start the half. Huber's going to take the ball at the top of the key, on it, guarded by Ondrosky. He's going to look to get into Payne. She's going to stop her dribble, passes it over to Payne on the right wing. He's going to look to give it out to Vetter. Vetter's going to look to throw it in. He's going to pass it out to Huber on the left wing. Huber's going to dribble up to the top of the key. Payne is going to pump fake, going to take a shot. Short. It's going to be rebounded by Valley City. Ondrosky's going to push the ball up the floor. Out to Peterson. Peterson's going to be back to Ondrosky. He's going to throw it over to the younger Dieterle. Out to Peterson. Peterson's going to try and dribble around Berg. That's not going to work. It's going to get into Lloyd. He's going to be fouled by Hoffer, and she will go to the line to shoot two.
As one thing Shanley did a good job of in the first half, didn't give Valley City too many opportunities at the line, and that's something they got to continue here in the second as well. Part of the risk you run with that hard D they play, is racking up some of those fouls. Now, like I said, they did a good job not doing that in the first half, just got to keep that up in the second. We all know how hard that can be, though, when you start to get a little gassed.
Payne's going to get the rebound and bring it up the right side of the court. She's going to pass it out to Huber. Huber is going to look to pass it. She's going to give it back to Payne. Payne is going to throw it into Vetter. Vetter is going to get double teamed. It's going to go back out to Payne. It's going to be out of bounds on the Deacons. Highliner basketball. Going from our right to left. Peterson's going to throw it into Dieterle. Dieterle is going to bring the ball up. Shanley is still in this zone. Peterson's going to throw it into Dieterle. Dieterle's going to put up a shot. No good. Rebounded by Payne. Payne's going to throw it ahead to Huber. He's going to throw it up to the Vetter. Vetter's going to make the basket. Dieterle will pass it into Ondrosky. Ondrosky's going to bring the ball up the floor. She's going to throw it over to Dieterle. Dieterle's going to dribble around, throw it to her older sister. It's going to go over to Ondrosky, a little high, and Dieterle's going to get the ball back. It's going to go over to Peterson. Peterson's going to throw it into Dieterle. He's going to look to get it into Lloyd. Not going to be able to. Going to put up a shot. No good. It's going to be a jump ball. And it will stay Highliner ball on rotating possession. Peterson will inbound the ball for the Highliners. Watch for Lloyd to come down and get it. Not going to happen. It's going to be thrown out to Ondrosky. Ondrosky's going to throw it over to Dieterle, guarded by Payne. Dieterle is going to get the ball over on the right wing, back up to the other Dieterle. It's going to go over to Lloyd. Lloyd's going to turn around. She's going to take a shot. No good. It's going to be rebounded by Payne. Payne's going to dribble it up ahead. And she's going to take it all the way. Nope, never mind. She's going to pass it over to Vetter. Vetter's going to take the shot. No good. Rebound Peterson. Peterson's going to throw it out to Dieterle. Dieterle's going to push the ball up the floor. Dieterle's going to stop the ball. She's going to pass it over to Lloyd in the corner. It's going to go up to Peterson. Peterson's going to try and throw it into Dieterle. Dieterle's going to get double teamed. She's going to go for the shot and get fouled, I believe, by Berg. And Dieterle will go to the line to shoot two.
Okay, I talked about the good job Shanley did not sending Valley City to the line in the first. Hoping I didn't jinx them here because, now we see them head back again. And, it's not a big problem right now, but still something you got to watch pretty early into the second half and already a couple trips to the line.
Yeah, Yeah, that's definitely something you got to watch, but if Shanley can keep it down, that'll really hurt the Valley City Highliners. The Highliners have to love this, though. They're getting 3 points. Time isn't coming off the clock, though, which is very important for them right now, down 11.
Yeah, Cade, that's a fantastic point, actually. Playing from behind here is something you'll love to see, getting points without burning clock. So, yeah, very nice catch there.
So it's going to be a foul on the ground on the Highliners. It's going to be on Lloyd, her first personal, but the bucket will not count. Payne's going to throw it in. She's going to throw it in for the Deacons. Vetter's going to dribble it out. Payne's going to get it in the corner. She's going to throw it back up to Huber. Huber's going to look to pass it in. She's going to dribble around. Calls for Hoffer to come up, but doesn't. And Vetter's going to get the ball on the side. She's going to miss the shot. Dearly's going to bring it up. She's going to push the ball up ahead to Lloyd. It's going to be pass is going to be stolen by Berg. He's going to pass it up ahead to Payne. Payne's shot is good. Deacons are going to go into a zone press. Lloyd has the ball. It's going to go up to Dieterle. Dieterle is going to try and throw it into her older sister. Gets tipped. She comes up away with it. Going to throw it back to her sister. It's going to go over to Lloyd in the corner. A double team comes into the corner. She's going to take the shot. It's going to be a rebound by Huber and then a foul on Androsky. I believe that is her first or second personal. I'm not quite sure.
Shanley doing a really good job right now, kind of creating chaos out on the court. It's something that really works to their advantage, just kind of disrupting the flow to Valley City's game right now, kind of making trouble wherever they can. And so it's chaos, but it's an organized chaos, and it's working well for them right now.
One thing about chaos that people always never say, somebody's going to win when the chaos occurs. If you're able to win it again and again, you're fine with it. Huber will bring the ball up the floor. She'll give it into Berg. Vetter's going to make a cut. She's going to get the ball underneath, but she'll have to pass it out to Payne. Payne's shot is going to be no good, and it's going to be rebounded by Peterson. Peterson's going to throw it out to Androsky. Going to go up to Bernston. Bernston's going to look to dribble it around, and it's going to be stolen by Huber. Huber's going to dribble up. It's going to be, the shot is no good. Rebound Bernston. Huber's going to steal the ball back. Shot no good. Rebound Bernston. It's going to be a timeout Valley City here.
All right. I believe. Yeah, no, I think that is correct. Taking the timeout here with 14:20 left to go here in the second, trailing by 13. And with a little bit of time, folks, we want to take a minute to remind you that Shanley TV is made possible in part by the Shanley Athletic Club and their generous members. Check out their website today at ShanleyAthleticClub.com to learn how your membership contributes to Shanley TV, the Deacon Den, and many other student-athlete needs. While you're there, be sure to renew your annual membership by clicking the Join Now button or become a member if you're not one already. It's easy to become a member and anyone can join, so sign up today. The Shanley Athletic Club, taking Deacon Athletics to a higher level.
You know, we were kind of seeing that chaos there. For the Deacons to win chaos, no points need to be scored. Ball just needs to keep going back up and down the floor because Valley City is behind, so it's just running clock for them.
Yeah, absolutely, Kate. I mean, obviously, if you're Shanley, you want to pad the lead a little bit, but the big focus is just not letting Valley City go on any sort of run here on offense, and they're doing a great job of it. Like I said, just disrupting any rhythm Valley City's trying to get going.
Dearly is going to get the ball at the top. She's going to pass it over to Peterson. Peterson's going to go for a wide open three. It's going to be no good. Rebound on Drosky. She's going to get it over, pass it over to Shear in the corner. Shear's shot is going to be no good. It's going to be rebound Hubert. Highliner's going to try to trap her. She's going to get out of that. Push it up to Vetter. Vetter's going to take a shot. It's no good. Rebound Dieterle. Dieterle is going to pass it up to Shear. Shear's going to wait for the traffic to go by her. Then she's going to bring it up to the top of the key. Pass out to Bernston. Bernston's shot is no good. Rebound Vetter. Huber's going to bring the ball up the floor. And she's going to take it in. Then pass it out to Vetter. Vetter's going to throw it into Berg. Berg's going to take a shot. No good, but she was fouled. (21) Dieterle. That will be her second.
Berg just so tough to defend down there in the paint, standing 6'1". Been doing it for so many years. She just knows, how to draw those fouls, the moves to make to kind of force defenses to foul her. And the big thing, though, is she does a pretty good job converting when she gets sent to the line, so you can't really do that hack-a-shack type of strategy where you just kind of deliberately foul her to save the points.
Nessie's going to get the rebound off the miss. It's going to be given to Shear. Here as the Deacons keep up their press. Andraski's going to bring up, get trapped, but she's going to get a pass out of it. Andraski's going to get the ball back. 3 Deacons around her. A travel. It's going to be Deacon basketball. And the Deacons are just going all over, just getting to the ball. Oh, and there's nothing you can do about that.
Yeah, Cade, if I was going to describe that Shanley defense with one word, I think that word would be overwhelming, because that just kind of seems to be the feeling for Valley City right now. They seem a little overwhelmed, having trouble dealing with it, although right as I say that, a nice disruption by Valley City's own defense.
But Berg's going to get a nice pass into Huber, and Huber's going to make the bucket. Now this press that's been giving the Highliners a lot of trouble comes back into play, and it's going to, nope, they're going to stay Highliner basketball. But now they haven't been able to push it out of the front court. And they've only got about 5 seconds to get it up to the front court. And that's a tough thing to do with this press, the way it's going. Dieterle's going to take the ball. She's holding on to it up to Bernston. Bernston's going to get the ball. Oh, she's going to get trapped in the corner. It's going to be a foul here on, I'm not sure. Yes, Huber, it's her second. Katie Visser will come back in for the Deacons. Julia Vetter will take a rest. Lloyd's going to get the ball. She's going to look to shoot, not going to. Neski's going to take the shot. She's not going to make it. Lloyd's going to get the rebound, no good. Visser's going to get a rebound, pass it out. Berg's going to end up with the ball. It's going to be a jump ball. Oh, and it will stay Deacon basketball on changing possession.
15-point lead right now for Shanley at 12:30 on the clock. So again, a lot of time remaining, but that clock shrinking pretty fast if you're Valley City.
Think about this half. There's been 9 total points. It's just a kill. The Deacons are really just killing clock right now. That's all that's happening. It's going to be a rebound by Neski. It's going to go out of bounds, but it's going to go out of bounds on the Deacons. The tough part about this, if you're Valley City, it gives the Deacons a chance to come and set up their press. Ball is going to be inbounded to Shear. She's going to throw it up to Dieterle. Dieterle's going to throw it ahead to Neski. She's going to pass it into Peterson. Peterson's going to take a shot. No good. Rebound Rivard. Rivard's going to get the ball out to Huber. Huber's going to throw it ahead to Payne. Guarded by Lloyd. Lloyd's going to get the rebound. Push the ball up the floor. Berg is going to try and cut her off. She's going to be able to, but Lloyd's still going to get a shot off. It's going to be a rebound by Huber, but it's going to be stolen by Peterson. Peterson's going to take a shot, get a rebound. She's going to get fouled on the ensuing shot and go to the line. I want to say this is on Hadley Huber, and that would be her third. I can't say for certain, though. Yes, Hadley Huber, that's her third.
Again, I said it earlier, I'll say it again, that's the danger with this defense, playing really hard, playing really aggressive, and it's bound to lead to some fouls, and that's what's happening right now.
And Coach Jacobson is just going to give Hadley a chance to cool down. She's had 2 fouls in the last 3 or 4 minutes. I mean, they're doing all right. They just need to calm down and play defense. But the Highliners make both free throws. No time went off the clock. Payne's going to bring the ball up for the Deacons on the right wing. Vetter's going to set a, nope, not going to set a screen. She's going to get the ball underneath. It's going to be an and one after the make.
That is big for Shanley. Good to see some offense going here. Not a ton of points scored in the second half. If you're the Deacons, though, you're glad to get just a few more points, try and put this game further out of reach.
Neski's, I believe, was the one who committed the foul. Yes, Neski. Dieterle and Andrejek are going to come back in for Valley City, with Vetter at the line for 2. Or, excuse me, 1. It's going to be a rebound by Androsky. She's going to try and get out of a double team. Vetter's going to steal the ball, bring the ball ahead. She's going to take a shot. It's good. Now the Deacons are going to set up a press again. Dieterle's going to inbound to Androsky. Androsky's going to dribble up, pass it over to Dieterle. Dieterle's going to bring the ball up on the right side, throw it all the way across court over to Peterson. Peterson's going to get knocked around a little bit. Vetter's going to steal the ball. Oh, she's going to pass it ahead to Rivard. It's going to go out of bounds on the Deacons. Valley City Highliner basket. No, it's going to stay Deacon basket. Nope. Highliner basketball. Dieterle's going to get the ball inbounded. She's going to dribble it up the right side. Goes up to Dieterle, over to Lloyd. Lloyd going to drop the ball, Shanley Deacon basketball. Bard's going to inbound to Payne. Payne's going to bring the ball up the left side. Rivard's going to call for the ball, not going to get it. Better's going to make a cut. Rivard's now going to set a screen, and then she's going to go into the hoop. Visser's going to get the ball down low, not going to be able to control it, and it will go out of bounds on the Deacons. Valley City Highliner basketball. Well, Taryn Hoffer and Hadley Huber will check back in for the Deacons.
That's a tough break there for Shanley. Struggling a little bit in the offensive zone right now.
And the two captains make their way to the bench. They may be done for the night. Deacons have about a 17-point lead. If this gets expanded at all, that should be it for them. They did really well tonight. Dieterle's going to put up a shot. It's going to be no good. Rebound Rivard. She's going to push the ball up the floor. She's going to pull it out at about the three-point line. Over to Huber. Huber's going to look to pass it out. She's going to throw it over to Payne on the left wing. Payne's going to inbound it to Visser. Visser's going to turn around. Shot, no good. She's going to get a rebound, though. She's going to pass it out to Payne. Payne for three, no good. Nope. There's going to be a timeout before the shot, so it'll stay Deacon basketball after the timeout.
Yeah, that's
full timeout.
That's a nice break there for Coach Jacobson and his team, getting that timeout off just before she took the shot, so they'll be able to maintain possession and try something else. Obviously, the three that time wasn't working, so they'll get another crack at it. And folks, don't forget that you can connect with Shanley TV on social media, get the latest updates about Shanley sports teams, plus reminders about upcoming broadcasts. Like our Facebook page today at facebook.com/ShanleyTV. Follow us on Twitter at ShanleyTV. And now follow us on Instagram at ShanleyTV.
So it should be Deacons basketball. It'll be underneath. Riley Payne will inbound for the Deacons. Hadley Huber will cut down, but it'll be thrown out to Lily Rivard. Rivard will dribble into the inside. She will lose control of the ball. It'll be out of bounds on the the Deacons Highliner basketball. Deacons setting up in a 3-2 press. Ball will be passed into Androsky. Over to Dieterle. Dieterle will throw it back to Androsky. It's going to be a foul on Hoffer. I believe that is her second.
Deacon foul number 3, Taryn Hoffer.
Peterson's going to inbound. She's going to inbound to Dieterle. Over to Androsky. Androsky for three. No good. Rebound Peterson. Lloyd. Over to Peterson. Into Dieterle. Dieterle's going to turn around and try it for two. No good. Peterson's going to get the rebound. Pass it out to Dieterle. Shot no good. Rebound Payne. Payne's going to pass it over to Huber, who'll bring the ball up the right side. Visser's going to get the ball. I'll pass it out to Hoffer. Hoffer for three. It's good.
That's good to see for Taryn Hoffer there. She has been trying all night long from beyond the arc and finally able to convert on one.
Androsky's going to pass it down to Lloyd, and she's going to make a three of her own.
Well, Courtney Lloyd, we've talked about her shooting abilities for Valley City. You get the ball in her hands, she can make things happen. Excellent response there to the three from Hoffer.
Payne's going to take a shot from inside the lane. It's going to be good. Push the lead back up to 19. Androsky's going to bring the ball up the floor. Over to Dieterle with Huber guarding her. Up to Dieterle. Over to Lloyd. Lloyd's going to look to pass it in, going to try and dribble in after that. It's going to be stolen by Payne. Payne's going to just throw it up ahead to Huber. Huber going to take a shot. It's good. And that puts the lead back up to 21. Timeout, Valley City.
Understandable timeout that time from Valley City. They are in definitely the toughest spot they've been in all night long. They're down by the most they've been down all night with only a little over 8 minutes left to go here in the game. It's going to take an effort from them to get back in it and try and tie it up. Not impossible, but they got to make a lot of changes. They got to figure out this Shanley defense here sooner rather than later. And again, hey, I'd say put the ball in Courtney Lloyd's hands. She's been pretty accurate from three-point range. Why not just let her take some shots?
Shanley, they're just keeping up this press, trying to force chaos. Because remember, they really don't need to score. They just need to kill clock, and they are being very effective at that right now. But then the offenses for both teams have come to life a little bit here lately, and we've seen some scoring in the last couple of minutes.
All right, so big timeout here for Valley City. Going to have to make some big adjustments. Talked about those. We'll see what they do. Also see, like you said, Cade, Julian Vetter and Sierra Berg sat down a little bit ago. Haven't seen them since. Don't think we'll see them back in here, like you said, but you never know. Valley City has been able to score some points in pretty quick bursts, so we'll see if they can do that here late in the late stages of this game.
Yeah, and you'd like to see Vetter and Berg done for the night. They've done their job. Androsky's going to bring it up, throw it over to Dieterle. Dieterle's going to bring the ball up, back over to Androsky. He's just going to go back to Dieterle on the left side. He's going to dribble it up to the top of the key. Androsky's going to get the ball on the right wing. I think it's going to go over to Dieterle in the right corner, who's going to shoot a three. It's good. Oh, and after that, they're going to call a violation. Taryn Hoffer stepped over the line before inbounding the ball, and it will be highliner basketball, and we will see Vetter and Berg back.
Wow, so just like that, you know, it's a big three for Valley City. Been talking about Courtney Lloyd all night, you know, kind of forgot about some of the other players on this team capable of connecting from long range. Saw that time Dieterle did a nice job of it.
Dieterle's going to pass it over to Lloyd. She's going to look to shoot, but she's not going to pass it out. Over to Androsky, back over to Dieterle. Dieterle's going to dribble in, over to Peterson. It's going to be blocked by Huber. Rebound Berg. Payne's going to push the ball up to Hoffer. Hoffer's going to dribble in, take a shot. No good. Rebound Peterson. Peterson's trapped, but she's going to get out to Androsky. Androsky's going to push the ball up the middle. She's going to pass it over to Peterson. Peterson's going to give it up to Dieterle. Dieterle's going to pick up a dribble, but she's going to throw it out to Lloyd. Lloyd's going to throw it into Dieterle. She's going to dribble in, take a shot. No good. It's going to be rebound, no, jump ball. And it will stay highliner basketball with 7.5 minutes to play.
You'd like to see a little more urgency from this Valley City offense right now. They're maybe a bit too content to just cycle this ball. Looking for, at this point, I think 2 good of opportunities. And that time, that strip from Huber won't help.
Well, part of the problem is the Deacons are in that zone again. And the zone really tries to push you out, so it gets you in a lot of, you can get open threes out of it, but if you're not making them or you don't want them, it makes it really tough for you.
Right.
Dieterle's going to push the ball up, throw it ahead to Lloyd. Lloyd's going to take on Hoffer, one-on-one, shot no good. Rebound there, or I'm not sure who got it. Dieterle's going to get a rebound. She's going to go up against Vetter, shot no good. And it's going to be a jump ball. It will be alternating possession Deacon basketball as Berg and Dieterle went after each other.
And Kate, obviously the press is working for Shanley right now, so you don't want to mess with something that's working. At the same time, though, the way the press works, it allows for a pretty quick style of basketball. You know, you can sometimes give up some big breaks to your opponents. At this point, if I'm Shanley, I'm more content to make my opponent set up in the offensive zone and burn some clock.
Payne will drill a three, and that's exactly what it looks like the Deacons are going to do. Dieterle will bring up the ball, and nope, they're going to stay in the zone. Peterson's going to get the ball, dribble in, up to Androsky, guarded by Hoffer. Dieterle's going to get the ball, going to try and throw it into Peterson. It's going to be stolen by Berg. Huber's going to get the ball. She's going to bring the ball up to the top of the key. Going to throw over to Payne on the right wing. Shot for three, no good. Rebound Dieterle. Dieterle's going to go up against Payne, who's going to press her. Androsky's going to get the ball. Huber will take her. Ball's going to be passed over to Peterson. Dieterle's going to get the ball up over the key. Lloyd's going to get the ball. Oh, and she's going to take, nope, never mind. She's going to pass it out to Androsky. Dieterle's going to get the ball. Oh, and she's going to go against Huber. It's going to go out to Peterson. Peterson for two on the bank. It's good, and it's a 19-point game with 5.5 minutes to go. Huber will bring the ball up for the Deacons. And it looks like she's going to get a double screen here. She's going to go to the left. Pass into Berg. She's going to, oh, they're going to call a block on Dieterle, I believe, and that'll be her fourth personal.
Foul number 14, Jaden Deacons. Sierra Berg will head to the line for two.
Fargo make her first.
Sheer and Nesky check back in for Valley City.
And her second. And the Deacons are going to set up a press again. Valley City seems to have some confusion on who's going to inbound the ball. And they got to go because the clock is counting to get the ball in. They're going to throw it into Dieterle. Dieterle is going to look to pass it up. She's going to go over to Shear. It's going to go back over to Dieterle, back up to Shear, over to Lloyd. Lloyd's going to take a shot for two. It's no good. It's going to be stolen by Nesky. Excuse me. Payne's going to dribble up. She's going to make it and the foul.
And that is a 23-point lead now for Shanley. Done an excellent job, not only on defense here in the second half, but really getting that offense going in the later stages of the second half.
That'll be Shear's third as Payne makes the extra shot. And Nesky will inbound the ball for Valley City. She'll throw it over to Dieterle in the corner, though. It's going to be thrown back up to Nesky. It's going to be up to Peterson. She's going to try and get it into Lloyd. Lloyd's going to get the ball underneath. She's going to throw it out back to Peterson, but it's going to go out of bounds. And it's going to go out of bounds on the high liner. So we're going to go back on, and the Deacons are going to get the ball back. Excuse me. Shearer tried to steal the ball from Huber, but Huber gets the ball back. She pushes the ball up the floor, takes a shot, no good, but she will go to the line for two.
Another foul number 40, Lindsay Nesky. And Huber will go to the line for two.
Huber will make the first. And Manuel will check in for the Deacons. Huber will make the second. Pass into Dieterle. Thrown over to Shear. Stolen by Berg. Up to Payne, excuse me. Payne's shot is good. The Deacons are going to try and take the press off, it looks like. Shear's going to bring the ball up, I believe. Deacons are going to sit in their zone into Nesky. Over to Peterson. Peterson's going to dribble in. Out to Shear. Into Nesky. It's going to be a travel, and it's going to be Shanley Deacon basketball. Huber is going to bring the ball up for the Deacons. It's going to go over to Berg on the left wing. Huber's going to make a cut, ask for the ball, not going to get it. Over to Payne. Payne for two. It's good. Shear's going to take the ball up the left side. Right over to Bernston. Then over to excuse me. Peterson's going to get the ball into Nesky. It's going to be a foul on Huber. That'll be her fourth personal.
Deacon foul number 3, Abby Huber. Visser and Regard checking back in for the Deacons.
Just 3:52 left to play here now. Shanley with a 30-point lead. Really done a nice job kind of pouring it on here in the second half, just building this lead up to trying to ice things. And, you know, looking back on that first half, Cade, you do really hats off to Valley City for the way they kept things close in the early going of it. You know, it wasn't even until a run towards the end of the first half that Shanley really started to go big on them. And even still, I think if Valley City had maybe come out with a bit of a better start to the second half, it could be, a lot closer of a score. I think Shanley has just had a couple more things go their way here tonight.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're Valley City, you're going to get better as the season goes on. This is a very young team. They start at least one freshman, and they will get better this year.
Yeah, they start a freshman who's one of their best players, Cade. Really looked great for him all night. Of course, we're talking about Jaden Dieterle. She's had an excellent night here for the Highliners.
Dieterle's going to get the ball back. Pressured by Huber. It's going to go up to Bernstein. Androsky's going to bring the ball up. Over to Dieterle. Dieterle's going to dribble in. It's going to be a... I'm sorry, I missed the call there. It's going to be a push on Lily Rivard. And Alexis Warner and Sarah LaFleur will check in for the Deacons, a couple of seniors.
And that does put Valley City in the bonus.
So they'll be shooting 1-and-1. Both teams are in the bonus now. First shot will go.
Alexis Warner and Sarah LaFleur both checking in for the Deacons.
Dieterle will make the second. Manuel will bring the ball up for the Deacons. Pass it over to Rivard. Rivard will take it over to the left corner. Stop. Up. It'll be stolen by Peterson. Dieterle is going to bring the ball up the floor. Take it over to the right wing. Into Peterson. Peterson's going to dribble. Out to Androsky. Drosky for three. No good. Rebound Dieterle. Out to Bernstein. It's going to be Bernstein for three. And Dieterle went flying into the bench there. She's okay and back up. But Manuel has the ball on the left side. It's going to be thrown over to Visser. It's going to go out of bounds on the Highliners. And it'll be Deacons' ball. Manuel will inbound the ball to Mattern. Mattern will dribble it over to the left side. Back over to Mattern on the left. Crispin will get the ball inside. She's going to get fouled and go to the line to shoot 1-and-1, I believe. Excuse me, 2. First is good. As is the second. Timeout Deacons.
So an interesting use of the timeout here for Shanley. Maybe just trying to square away their game plan here as they put in some mass subs, just figure out what they want them to do in the final 2 minutes of this game. And folks, don't forget, stick around at the conclusion of this game as we're going to be bringing the boys game between Valley City and Shanley for you. About 20 or so minutes after the finish of this one, it'll be Kate Busick and I on the call once again. So be sure to stick around for that one as both teams get their seasons underway.
I can't tell you for sure what's going on in that huddle, Jed, but if I had to guess, the girls are being told to hustle. They've been out hustled on a couple of plays in a row, and I think they're being told that's enough of it. We're the better team.
Perhaps.
So the Deacons will keep the press off for what I'm assuming is the rest of the game. Androsky will inbound to Shear. She'll bring it up the middle of the floor. Deacons will stay in their 2-3 zone. Over to Androsky, guarded by Manuel. Over to Bernstein, in for three, no good. Rebound Shear, she's gonna bring it out over to Lloyd. Lloyd's gonna dribble in, try and get it out. It's gonna be stolen by Warner. Warner's gonna throw it ahead to Matter, and it's gonna be stolen by Neski. It's going to go out to Lloyd. Lloyd's going to pull up for three. It's good.
Boy, Courtney Lloyd and that three-point ball, I mean, that has been something to watch all game long. That's the 4th or 5th she's hit here tonight.
It's going to be stolen by the Highliners. They're going to push the ball up the floor. Up to Lloyd. She's going to go in for 2. Blocked, but it's good. And it's going to be a foul on Alexis Warner. So it's going to be and one for the Deacons.
So an opportunity for a different sort of three-point play now for Courtney Lloyd.
Shanley foul number 34, Alexis Wong.
She hit the 3, she hit the 2 there, and let's see if she can cap it off here with one free throw for the three-point play.
Shot is going to be good. She's gone on a 6-0 run all by herself. Mattern is going to inbound the ball to Manuel. Manuel is going to bring the ball up the right side. The ball going to go into Warner on the right. Mattern's going to take the ball on the right wing, get a screen from, Crispin's going to get the ball underneath. It's going to go no good, actually, and it's going to be taken by Shear. It's going to be a foul on the Deacons, and it should be 1-1 for the Highliners, with Shear taking the shots.
That does appear to be the case.
Deacon foul number 34, Alexis Wong. Grace Shear will go to the line to shoot the 1-1.
Going to be substitutions for the Deacons, as Dabbert and Heinrich will check in. Heinrich is actually, this is her first year. She's a junior, only girl in the junior class playing this year.
That's right, Kate joined in the offseason, put in a lot of work to get to this point. Good to see her get some minutes here.
Sheryl missed the front end of the 1-on-1, and Mattern will take the ball on the left side. Going to get a good screen from Chrisman, and the ball's going to go out to Heinrich on the right side. Heinrich's going to lose her dribble, pass it over to Mattern on the left. Mattern's going to throw it into Crispin, who's going to turn around and look. Looking to try and get it back out to Mattern. Mattern's going to dribble in, back over to Crispin. Really nice pass. 2 points for Crispin. Shear's going to bring the ball up with about 40 seconds left, and she's going to throw it over to Bernstein. The shot is no good. Rebound on Dabbert. Jump ball, and it'll stay Highliner basketball and rotating possession.
Nice little flurry here from Valley City to close this game out. Offensively, they've just been going at it, testing the Deacons all over the court.
It's going to be a 3 from Lloyd. No good. It's going to hit Crispin in the hands. It's going to be thrown up ahead to LaFour. LaFour's going to have a 2-on-1, and she's going to not get the ball back. It will stay Deacon basketball underneath.
Surprising there to see Lloyd not connect on that 3. We've seen her do it so many times here tonight.
It's going to go, no, it's going to be rebounded by Crispin, who's going to throw it out to Mattern. Mattern's going to throw it over to LaFour. LaFour's shot is going to be off the backboard, no good. Rebound Neski. Neski is going to throw it up ahead to Bernstein, who's going to take a shot. No, Lloyd is going to shoot, no good. And that's the ball game, 69-49, excuse me.
Yeah, 69-49, the final here. Shanley has really came out stronger, I think, to begin this second half. It was the start in the second half that really kind of did things for them, and the way they ended that first half. Hats off to Valley City. They had a good first half, a nice little run at the end here, but Shanley comes away with a solid win, 69-49.
To your point, Jed, we always say in football we're going to win the first drive of the third quarter, and that's what gives us that big chance. Winning that those first couple of minutes out of the half is what kind of put the game to bed for the Deacons and showed that we're the better team, and this is our gym. Get out of here.
Absolutely, Kate. It was the start and the finish there right around the half that really did things for Shanley, able to walk away with that 20-point win. Now, folks, we are going to step away for about 20 or so minutes, but don't go anywhere, because after that we are going to have the boys game for you, boys varsity basketball, Shanley versus Valley City. Be sure to stick around for that. I'll have the call along with Kate Busick. Should be a fun one, so stay tuned.
All right.
From the McCormick Gymnasium in Fargo, North Dakota, good evening, everybody. I'm Jed Thomas alongside my partner, Kate Busick, as we're getting ready for part 2 of tonight's action here between the Valley City Highliners and the Shanley Deacons. Earlier in the evening, the Deacons and Highliners met in girls varsity basketball action. The Lady Deeks won that game by a score of 69-49, but now we're getting ready to see the boys play, just mere seconds away from getting this one going. Kate Busick, my partner tonight on the call, what are you expecting from these two squads?
Well, from these two squads, they're very different teams, as the Highliners are a much smaller team. Their tallest player is only about 6'3", and to give you an idea, Shanley starts 4 players that are taller than their next tallest, than Valley City's tallest guy.
Yeah, certainly an eye-popping stat there, Cade. That height differential should work pretty well to Shanley's advantage. Although they aren't necessarily a team that loves to bully you in the paint, they're a pretty shooting-heavy squad, especially thanks to senior Jake Cava, one of the best pure shooters, I think, in the state. Takes a lot of three-pointers, but also makes them at a pretty high clip. So it's definitely a height advantage here for Shanley, but not necessarily their mantra to really use that height. They really like to shoot that ball a lot.
Yeah, they do like to shoot that ball a lot, and someone that really loves to shoot on top of Jake Cava, Cam Seville. Oh, he's been a very good player for the Deacons the last couple of years, and he has arguably been their best player the last 2 years.
Yeah, definitely Seville, an impact player, likes to shoot that ball, but, you know, I think he's always in his most comfortable role as a facilitator. He's a point guard, third year starting at point guard this year. And like I said, he really just loves to dish that ball around and kind of let his teammates do the scoring while he sets them up. Really the perfect point guard.
A 6'1" senior, number 12, Mason Timian.
Does bring a nice height to the game, though. Like you were talking about, Seville's 6'5". That is some tremendous height for a point guard. Makes it a lot easier for him to kind of be a slasher type of player from that point guard position. Not the biggest shooter, but does a good job getting into the paint and scoring from that point guard position.
One other guy that we do have to bring up, though, Shanley brings back 4 starters from last year. However, Caleb Chrisman is going to be out tonight. He's dealing with a shoulder injury from football.
Yeah, that is a good point, Kate. A pretty experience-heavy team. Caleb Chrisman, Cam Seville, Jake Cava, and Jake McKeever. 4 guys, returning starters. They've been playing for a long time. Like you said, though, Caleb Chrisman is out, and that opens the door for Mason Timian, a senior, to get the start here tonight. He'll step into that role while Chrisman is injured.
One other guy, no idea what to expect from him, but can really play. Sophomore Talon Hoffer. Not sure how much, if at all, we are going to see him, but a lot of the players are saying that he could start very soon for this team.
Yeah, Kate, I like the way you described that. Not really sure what to expect. You know, I think we know what to expect from Talon as a player. We know he's a heck of a player, just a real baller, but we're not really sure what to expect in terms of his workload exactly. You know, we don't really know what Coach Burns' plan is for him, whether he's going to ease him in, whether he's going to go trial by fire. One thing's for sure, though, I think Talon Hoffer is going to be ready for whatever Coach Burns throws at him.
But one other thing that we have to mention, Tom Erie is going to be back for the Deacons this year. He missed all of last season with a foot injury, and you don't know what kind of impact that could have as well.
Yeah, there's been a lot of buzz about Erie out of practice. A lot of guys saying he looks really fast, has recovered really well from that injury he sustained last year in football, and that's a great addition to Shanley's bench to have Erie back. Getting ready for the opening tip here between McKeever and Leiter. And with that, we're underway as McKeever will win that tip back to Mason Timian. And so the Deacons start things off as Timian gives this one off to McKeever. McKeever looking inside, then gives off to Bisker. Brandon Bisker thinks about it, then goes over to Seville, and then Seville loses it off the foot, but tracked down nicely by Mason Timian. Timian over to Cava, sets up with Zeltinger on him, throws one inside, trying to thread the needle to Brandon Bisker, but that one's nicely intercepted by Riley Miller, although that's going to be turned right back over, and it winds up in the hands of Timian. Seville going to bring it up court now for the Deacons. He's moving in on the right side. Couldn't get the bucket, but he does draw the foul.
Yeah, look for Seville to try and get the ball inside a lot. He's big, so he can see everywhere, even in a crowd, which makes it easier for him to pass. But then his height just makes, when he gets inside, that shooting is a lot easier for him, especially in traffic.
Exactly, Kate. Almost unfair to have a point guard like Cam Seville. With all the talents he has, you throw that 6'5" height in there, and that's just crazy. So Seville hits the first one, scoring the first points of the game here, gives the Deacons a 1-0 lead. Folks, at this time we would like to give a big thank you to the Shanley Athletic Club for providing us with some big upgrades. As you may have noticed, we've been off for a little over a month here between the fall and winter sports seasons, and in that time, the Shanley Athletic Club very generously provided us with some funding to make some major upgrades to our operations here at Shanley TV. And of course, a big thank you to some private donors for funding our game clock, a feature you may have noticed, something brand new debuting tonight. Really thankful to have that clock, so big thank you to some donors for providing that.
Deacons came out in a little bit of a man-to-man press here, trying to force some action here. Didn't work. Valley City got the ball set up in the front court.
Some nice movement here for the Highliners, not finding any openings so far as Miller drives in. He'll kick that one outside to Burchell. Burchell goes back inside. They continue to cycle. Hushka gave that one off to Leiter, and Leiter sinks the three. That cuts the lead to just 1 point now in favor of the Deacons. Timian brings it up, gives it off over to McKeever. McKeever over to Cava. Leiter, tenacious defense on Cava that time, but it's going to cost him as he gets called for the foul. Leiter, though, does not seem too upset. He is just happy to be out there and playing as hard as he is. That's the right attitude. Timian's got it now off the inbound, driving in. And a whistle going against the Deacons.
It's going to be an illegal screen against McKeever, and that'll give the Highliners the ball back. They're going to set, the Deacons are going to set up in a man-to-man press.
So costly turnover that time for Shanley as Burchell inbounds this one to Miller, and just like that, we got another foul. This one's going against
McKeever as well. That's his second already.
So a little bit of foul trouble early on.
Cody Malish checking in for the Deacons.
And now Cody Malish going to come in for Shanley, another senior on this Deacon basketball team, not a returning starter, but logged a lot of minutes last year. Malish has been in the program for a while. Miller, quick inbound over to Burchell. Zeltinger goes to Leiter up top. Leiter trying for another three, but that one's too strong. Brandon Bisker comes down with the rebound and is then fouled by Luther Zeltinger. Referees sending a message early here. They are calling this one tight. They're not going to let too much physicality go here early on. Timian bringing it up court, goes over to Malish. Malish now to Cava. Cava thinks about it, fires a three, and that one's no good off the rim. Bisker, put back attempt, no good, gets his own rebound, going to try again, and Bisker gets it. Nice determination from the senior forward. Miller now moving this one up court. Has Seville on top of him. Decides to go over to Hushka. Hushka looking, goes Zeltinger. Timian almost jumped it. Now Burchell has it out top. Burchell fires an awkward three. That one did not have the strength to make it there. And a nice effort that time from Zeltinger to try to get that one out of bounds off of Deacon, but can't get it to fire.
One interesting thing to watch about this Shanley team, you're going to notice right now there's 5 seniors. Don't expect that to change anytime soon. The only player that's not a senior that could realistically crack this is Talon Hopper. The Deacons only kept 5 juniors, 1 sophomore, and 1 freshman.
Yeah, very senior-heavy team. A lot of experience on the court there for Shanley as that shot won't fire. Deacons continue to hold a 6-3 lead with a little over 15 minutes to go. Leiter fakes, makes his way around Malish, and puts one up for 2.
Basket by Leiter.
Leiter, a really good move to get around Mayo. Just an easy 2-pointer, and the Deacons got to tighten up on defense a little bit.
Cava with a spin move, got the ball over to Bisker, and Brandon Bisker with a couple more points. Burchell moving this one up, has Cava on him. Tried to get the screen, now he's just going to give over to Hushka. Hushka looking inside, no one home, hands off to Zeltinger, who gives to Leiter. Leiter with some moves, he goes over to Burchell on the far side. Burchell trying to get that one in, waved off, a foul called, going against Shanley.
I believe that'll go against Cam Seville. That should be his, that might be his second personal already. I'm not quite sure.
Cam Seville, first personal.
Excuse me, that was his first.
Seville trying to use that long frame to disrupt the passing lanes. Does not quite work for him that time, though, as he makes a little too much contact. Benefeld checks in now for Valley City. Benefeld, just a sophomore, plays a lot of minutes for these Highliners. Leiter takes it inside and out, and then he'll put that one up off the backboard, in for 2. Now it's 8-7 in favor of the Deacons.
Leiter has all 7 points for the Highliners. Shanley has to find a way to slow him.
No doubt been the best player on the court for Valley City so far. Bisker looking for some more points. That time it's a little off the money. Leiter makes a nice grab off a nice feed, but ran out of real estate, and that one goes out of bounds. However, they will say it's off of
the
Shanley.
Deacons.
Sam Byerly to inbound this one. Goes up and over the head.
Try to get Byerly for 3.
Does not work out the way they intended, so Byerly goes over to Leiter. A long 3, got a little too much behind it. Excellent rebound that time from Hushka, almost pulled it down. Could not, though. Seville using that height. And then a beauty of a move from Cam Seville. Did not fall, though. Looked like it was money, but just not quite in. Byerly working on Timian, and a foul goes against Mason Timian.
Now we're going to get to see what Tom Erie can do here in his first minutes of varsity and his first basketball in over a year.
Like I said, this game being called very tightly, not in favor of any one team. It's been pretty even across the board, just very, very tight, not allowing much contact are these referees here tonight.
And if you look at that, that works in favor probably more of the Shanley bench because they are a little bit deeper right now. Oh, but it could go either way. Just depends on how the fouls go. And we are going to see Talon Hoffer, the sophomore, come in here.
Yeah, not a huge surprise. We weren't quite sure what the plan was with Hoffer, but he does check in now as Tom Erie will leave the court briefly. Not sure what that's about. Nonetheless, we're back to the action now as Byerly goes over to Benefeld. Benefeld, his ball makes its way over to Burchell. Burchell out top to Hushka. Now back to Byerly. Byerly making some moves. Oh, a great job getting by Cody Malish. Burchell, though, could not convert and finish off what would have been a beauty of a play. Hoffer gives this one off up to Cava. Cava, a little bounce pass over to Malish. Malish, though, couldn't get it under control, and the Deacons turn this one over.
Deacons are going to set up in a 2-3 press here, so it's going to be a zone press.
Hushka in a bit of trouble, able to get that one off to Burchell, who goes up to Byerly. Byerly straight back to Burchell. Burchell up top, he goes over to Benefeld, who goes out top to Hushka, now over to Zeltinger. In the corner, it's Burchell, got Malish on him, inside to Hushka. Hushka couldn't find any room. Valley City going back and forth here, cycling this ball around. Not an opening to be found, though, as that ball is poked away. Timian couldn't get to it, though.
5 seconds on the shot clock.
Got there instead. That ball's going to go out of bounds.
Deacon basketball.
Checking in for the Highliners, number 32, Matt Leiter.
Matt Leiter back on the court for Valley City, a welcome addition. As, like you said, Kate, he scored all 7 of Valley City's points here this evening. Ball inbounded from Malish to Timian.
Going to come around for Cava for a shot, not going to get it.
Cava tried to go with the bounce pass there. No idea where that one was going. I think there was a miscommunication. Timian going to get it back, though, maybe negate that. And Timian could not keep it alive, though. Got a little ahead of himself and ran out of real estate. Nice defensive play, though, to get the ball in the first place.
Shanley's going to stick with their zone press.
Byerly goes over to Burchell. He lofts one up to Zeltinger. Zeltinger pull-up shot off the back of the rim. No good. A whistle and a foul going against Valley City.
Ball's on number 32, Matt Leiter. That's his second.
And Leiter now already with his second, a number to watch.
He's going to come out now, and they have to keep him in the game.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Been their best scoring threat so far. You can't allow him to get in foul trouble. So Timian brings it up court, goes over to Malish. Cava now has it. Cava drains that 3, and that's something I think we'll be saying a lot this season. Jake Cava, a prolific scorer, especially from beyond the arc. Byerly moves in, has Hoffer on him, does a nice job getting past Hoffer, then throws this one out to Miller. Miller fires a 3, trying to answer. He cannot, though. Hoffer and Zeltinger go at it for the rebound, but the ball finds its way over to Timian. Mason Timian now moving up the near side. He cuts in, trying to slash to the hoop. A little reach in that time from Zeltinger, and Zeltinger able to intercept the pass. Driving forward now is the big man on him in Bisker, and a foul will go against Shanley. I think they'll catch Brandon Bisker.
Foul's on number 34, Brandon Bisker, first personal 15 foul. Checking in for the Deacons, number 15.
Both teams are on their way to being in bonus very early in this game, and that could really change the game here, because that would bring the game down to who can shoot free throws better.
Yeah, and I tell you what, Kate, I'm not quite sure, what it's been here, whether it's been this tightly called of a game or whether it's been this physical of a game. Nonetheless, though, like you said, both teams with a high number of fouls early on. Shot no good. Seville has it for the Deacons. Spin move up for two. Would not fall, but he drew the foul.
Yeah, and that just gets them another shot closer to bonus. And the Shanley Deacons are pretty close. Are playing 5 guards right now. They can shoot free throws.
Seville knocks down the first one. Surprisingly enough, free throws have not always been Seville's best category. He's had some struggles there in the past. No doubt something he was working on coming into the season. That time, though, does go 1 for 2. Byerly has it for Valley City, gets it down to Zeltinger. Zeltinger fires the 3. It was contested and would not fall. Hoffer there to take the rebound. Now Cava has it, moving up the far side. Cava throws it back out to Seville. Seville out at the top of the key to Hoffer. Hoffer goes over to Erie. Erie making some moves, gets it over to Cava. Cava now working along the baseline. Wide open Cam Seville for 3. No good, in and out. Almost 2 open that time. Cava, an excellent effort play to get that ball over to Seville and keep it alive. Seville up for 2. And I tell you what, he has made many moves attempting to get 2 points tonight, and finally one of them works. Seville has looked excellent in every category except finishing. Finally able to get 2 to go, though. And it'll force Valley City to take a timeout. Down now 14-7.
And another thing we got to keep an emphasis on, Leiter is still the only person with a point for Valley City, and he is on the bench right now with 2 fouls.
Yeah, that's something Valley City's going to really have to work on. The offense looking very one-dimensional right now. They're going to have to, find some way to score not involving Matthew Leiter, because when he's not on the court, they're just not scoring.
One thing Valley City may have to think about with this being a problem, are they just going to try and slow the game down and eat up time so that way they can get Leiter on the court and not let possessions change and Shanley score?
Well, Kate, if it works for him, more power to him, but more often than not, you're not going to win basketballs relying on you're not going to win basketball games relying on just one player. So hopefully Valley City's got a couple other scorers they can get into the mix here. Benefeld throws it over to Byerly. Byerly looking. He goes inside. Excellent pass up to Miller. And as if on cue, Riley Miller gets 2.
And a score update. Red River wins over Wahpeton 53-47.
All right, some EDC action going down there. We'll try to keep you posted on any other scores we learn of. Seville, little move, trying to get 2, and it just does not fall. Cam Seville, a little snake bit early on. Like I said, he's been doing everything perfect up until it comes time for the ball to just fall in.
Balls are on the rim. Those will fall. Don't worry about those for Cam.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting the opportunities. At some point, those will start going in for him. Byerly has Erie on him, able to get that one off over to Burchell. Burchell, tight D being played by Cava. That one ends up getting swatted out of his hands, and Talon Hoffer is Johnny on the spot. Hoffer goes over to Cava. Cava with an open look for 3. No good off the rim. Ball batted forward. A little hot potato going on. Talon Hoffer comes down with it and fires a 3. Picturesque. That one drains beautifully. And the bench is loving it here for Shanley. Miller with Erie right on top of him. Gets it over to Byerly. Byerly cuts inside, then goes out to Miller. Miller has Seville right there, though. He has to go back over to Byerly. Byerly in a little bit of trouble now. Goes up. That one swatted away by Cava, and Tom Erie comes away with it. 17-9 in favor of the Deacons. 9 minutes to go in the first half. Pass from Erie, too strong off the fingertips of Jake Cava.
We're going to see Jake McKeever check back in with 2 fouls with about 9 minutes to go in the first half.
Deacons really displaying their depth right now. They've played a lot of different guys in the early going, and everyone really is gelling quite well together. Some great chemistry out on the court. Zeltinger has a couple men on him. He gives that one off over to Miller. Miller looking, excuse me, that's Hushka, who goes over to Burchell, and now Miller has it in the paint. Miller wheeling around, looks one way, no one home. Fires that one now over to Leiter. Leiter looks, nothing, has Miller, shot clock at 10. Burchell gonna fire one from long range, and he drills it. Hunter Burchell cuts the deficit to 5. Cava has it, he goes over to Hoffer. Hoffer.
Cava is trying to post up in the underneath, and it's gonna be an offensive foul, and Cava does not like that call a bit.
Yeah, Jake Cava gonna get caught for the charge there.
16 foul.
He doesn't love it, but he smiles it off. And so Valley City will go to work with possession. Miller has Erie on him. He goes over to Burchell. Burchell fresh off of that nice 3. Leiter wheels around, and that one's broken up by Hoffer. Excellent defensive play. He goes over to Erie. Erie up for 2 from a bad angle, and he's able to get it. Leiter now goes over to Burchell. Highliners trail by 7. Burchell has Erie on top of him. Looking, throws that one over to Hushka. Hushka looked inside, no one home. Tight D that time from Hoffer. He dumps it off over to Miller. Miller cuts in, goes out to Hushka, but that one's cut by Cava. Cava finds Erie. Erie on another break. This time it won't fall, though. Hoffer there to grab the rebound. Hoffer looks for 2. That one's off the rim, though. No good. Zeltinger up to Hushka. Hushka lets things slow down, then gives over to Burchell. Burchell now to Miller. Miller looking with 2 men on top of him. Miller dumps that one off to Leiter. Leiter out at the top of the key, goes over to Miller. Miller now back to Hushka. Hushka, Burchell looking for another 3, and how about it? Nothing but net for Hunter Burchell. Cava inside to McKeever, goes right back to Cava for 2 and 1, and that was pretty.
That is excellent court vision by Jacob McKeever there. A really nice pass to a cutting Cava as he's going to get the chance to extend the lead to 7.
That was just a gorgeous play from the Shanley Deacons. And then to get the foul at the end, too, that's just gravy. 6-point lead for Shanley. Jake Cava looks to make it 7. Cava's free throw, it took a while, but it falls.
Brandon Bisker is going to come in for Jacob Cava.
And Bisker had a nice start to this game. He's been on the bench for a while, but he's back out there. Miller brings it up with Timian on him. Miller going over to Burchell. Burchell, the man of the hour right now for Valley City. He's got 2 big 3-pointers. Hushka looking, no one home.
Leiter's wide open, but he's not going to take it.
And yeah, Leiter has it, but like you said, won't take the shot. Now Burchell, another 3, and this one's good as well. Hunter Burchell with a hot hand and then some. Timian over to McKeever, now to Erie in the corner. Erie cuts around Benefeld, and a foul will go against Valley City.
Right now the Deacons are playing defense in a zone, and that'll kind of let you, if you move the ball quickly, you will get open 3-pointers. This is the best way to bust the zone and get teams to come out of it is to make 3-pointers, and then you can get them back into a man-to-man.
So Erie at the line now. That attempt is good, so he'll get another crack at it.
The Deacons are in the bonus now, we should note.
Right, and that is what's letting Erie shoot these free throws.
And Valley City will also be in the bonus with the next foul.
Erie's second looked like he shorted it a bit, bounced around, and then did not fall. 5-point lead for Shanley. Miller bringing it up court. He goes over to Benefeld. Benefeld in the corner to Hushka. Had a look for 3. Pump fake. Goes out to Burchell. How about another 3? Finally one does not fall, but nothing to hang his head about. Timian throws it over to Erie. Erie with some handles. Tom Erie going over to McKeever, and Jake McKeever gets 2 and immediately points at Tom Erie for a pretty assist.
If you're Valley City, you just got to tip your hat to them on that one. That was just a really nice play by Tom Erie to find the open McKeever when the help came.
Miller moves inside. That's a nice 2. That keeps it manageable, just a 5-point deficit. Timian tried to find some space there, but nowhere to go. He has to give it off over to Erie. Erie out top to McKeever, who loads up for a 3, and that one's no good. Miller grabs a rebound, throws it up to Benefeld. Benefeld cutting, goes back, gives to Miller. Miller circles around, and that pass for Benefeld is off his hand and out of bounds.
Turnover by the Highliners. Checking back in, Jake Kava.
McKeever and Erie are going to take a break as Hoffer and Jacob Kava are going to come back in.
Taken by the Highliners.
Tom Erie looking fantastic in relief right now. Coming off the bench, he has looked quite good. Saw that very nice assist to Jake McKeever earlier. A couple of nice plays so far. And folks, at this time, we would like to take a minute to remind you that Shanley TV is made possible in part by the Shanley Athletic Club and their generous members. Check out their website today at shanleyathleticClub.com to learn how your membership contributes to Shanley TV, the Deacon Den, and many other student-athlete needs. While you're there, be sure to renew your annual membership by clicking the Join Now button or become a member if you're not one already. It's easy to become a member, and anyone can join, so sign up today. The Shanley Athletic Club, taking Deacon Athletics to a higher level. So a timeout taken here. It's a 5-point lead for Shanley. Valley City, though, has done a nice job staying in it, in large part thanks to a trio of 3s from Hunter Burchill. Combine that with some nice scoring from Matthew Leiter. And thanks to those two, they are right in this game, only trailing by 5. Shanley, meanwhile, looking excellent, really in all facets of the game. The bench, I think, though, has been the biggest story for them, as pretty much everybody who's come off the bench has played about as well as the starters. And as a coach, that is your absolute dream. Timian flips one inside the Cava, who goes over to Seville. Seville pull-up jumper for 2. Makes it look easy.
Valley City has really only had 2 guys do much scoring for them. Shanley has had everybody with about 3 or 4 points, maybe 5 or 6 for a couple, but they're spreading the wealth around really well.
Pushka inside to Benefeld. Benefeld, not many places to go, throws it outside to Burchill. Pushka's got it again, a little bounce pass to Miller, almost a gorgeous play, but off the rim, no good. Cava driving forward, bounce pass to Bisker. Bisker, no good, rebound grab by Benefeld. Burchill with a pass threading the needle up to Hushka, but that one got caught in his legs. He couldn't get it under control, and so it goes out of bounds.
Really tough missed opportunity there for the Highliners. That was a walk-in layup if he can catch that ball.
4:27 left to go here in the first half. Mason Timian bringing it up court now for Shanley. Has Hushka on him, goes over Hushka to Cava. Cava looked to go outside to Seville, sniffed out though by Hushka. That ball from Cava's no good off the rim. He gets his own rebound, throws it inside to Seville, but it's poked away by Valley City. Cava underneath his own hoop. Will bounce pass to Seville. Seville made some space and got an easy 2 points. Just like that, it's 29-20. And Valley City could really use a score here.
That puts Seville up to 10 points, even after the early struggles finishing.
Really shows you how much he's been in and around the hoop, making things happen. 3 from Hushka was a great look, but too strong off the rim. Now Cava throws this one over to Seville. Seville cuts inside, now goes out to Timian. Timian for 3, off the rim, no good. Talon Hoffer there to get the rebound. Hoffer pulls up for 2 and gets it.
Hoffer having a really nice game coming off from relief. He's already got 5 points and about 3 or 4 rebounds. For the Deacons, which is really something that they've needed, and he has played really well. He'll be a fun kid to watch for the next 3 years.
Absolutely. Benefeld has it, a nice pass. He cuts inside, then the pull-up jumper for 2. Falls, and that cuts the lead now to 9 points for Shanley.
That's another sophomore for the Highliner. That's a sophomore for the Highliners who could be a really good player in years to come.
And Cava got the basket to fall, but I think they'll say that was after the foul. No, it will be and 1 for Shanley. And that time Valley City appeared like they were looking for the travel against Cava. That won't be the call, though.
Cava shooting 1.
So Cava shooting 1 now, looking to complete the three-point play.
Push the lead up to 11. And in Valley City has really struggled to do much if it hasn't been a 3-ball.
Benefeld underneath the hoop. He will be fouled. And so both teams trade fouls.
Ball's up for 40, Jake Cava. That's his second.
Cava picks up his second there.
Foul. Benefeld at the line.
That puts both him and Jake McKeever in foul trouble with 2 apiece.
Benefeld drains the first one. And number 2 is no good off the back of the rim, but the rebound's grabbed by Zeltinger. Benefeld going back to Zeltinger, thought about the 3, instead goes back out to Benefeld. Now Hushka's got it, he goes inside to Burchell. Burchell with Timian on him, awkward jumper, bad angle, couldn't get it to go. Cam Seville on the near side now, he's got Luther Zeltinger on top of him, worked his way into a double team, so he cuts back, moving along the baseline, hesitates, and then gets 2. Cam Seville showing off that basketball IQ. I tell you what, it's something to watch. Hushka at the top of the key going over to Benefeld. He cuts back, gets away from Cava, and then fires a jumper from long range that won't go. Seville smartly letting that one go out of bounds. So Seville inbounds to Timian with 2:15 left to go here in the first half. It's a 12-point lead for Shanley. Timian has it. He goes into Hoffer. Hoffer has some space, and again, a jumper for 2. About the same spot he was in earlier.
One thing that we're seeing from the Deacons here, they're letting Mason Timian play the point instead of Cam Seville. It's allowing Cam to work more from the perimeter, and it's letting him get more to the lane, which is working really well for him.
Yeah, you know, Shanley doing a good job playing that sort of positionless basketball almost that you see nowadays. No one's really tied down to any one position right now. They're doing a good job just kind of sharing the love. Malish goes over to Hoffer. Hoffer out top to Seville. Seville for 3, a little too strong. Malish, excellent job poking it forward, but Luther Zeltinger got there. He goes up for 2. Zeltinger with an excellent play to get that 2. He had a man trailing right on top of him, and he went up in the air and stayed there for a while before putting the 2 in. Timian has it now.
We'll look for Hoffer for 3.
Hoffer didn't have space that time, so he goes over to Seville. Seville along the baseline, almost, but not quite. Burchell's got it, cutting inside, goes out over to Leiter. Leiter, jumper short off the rim. Timian advances it now for the Deacons. He wheels in and out, goes over to Malish. Malish looking, gonna take it himself. Not quite there. Burchell gets around Malish, then throws that one up to Hushka. Hushka's got some room. How about that? The 5'9" Reese Hushka up against the 6'5" Cam Seville, and he gets it to fall.
A little 4-point run here for the Highliners has made it a 10-point game, and they seem to have all the momentum with about 35 seconds left in the first half.
And those 4 points, that's enough for Coach Burns to use the timeout. You know, why not? You've got it, you know, sitting there in your back pocket. May as well just try to slow them up, maybe draw something up here before the end of the half.
And I think the Deacons are going to try and run this down, make sure that there's only one shot, not let the Highliners' momentum take over. I would bet that we're going to see a little something from Cam Seville with 10 points, probably try and get him inside.
All right, we'll see what the case is as the seconds tick down from this Deacon timeout. Like you said, Kada, I do predict that they'll try to eat as much clock as possible. 34.9 seconds left in the first half, 35 on the shot clock. So just barely have enough time to run it out. Timian looking, goes over to Seville. Seville patient with it. No one too eager to shoot, as predicted. Seville gonna cut inside, throws it back out. Wide open look for Cava, but he'll go inside instead. Couldn't get it to fall. They're gonna wave it off, and they're gonna call a charge on Jake Cava.
That's his third.
And that's his second charge.
Yep.
Not too common to see that, but you know, the style Jake Cava plays, pretty aggressive. it's understandable.
The other thing is they could have just as easily called it before he got the rebound on his way in. He gave a little shove.
So a good call there. Either way you slice it. Yeah, Valley City's got the ball. Could
Moving
run it out.
screen
And
on
yeah,
the Highliners.
that moving screen is going to turn things over. So both teams trade fouls here.
Foul on number 30, Luther Seltinger.
So now 6.2 seconds left. We'll see what the Deacons do with it.
I don't think this should be 1-1 because it was offensive, but we'll see.
Yeah, Kate, I think you've got that right. So now with 6 seconds left, Shanley gonna try to get last second points. Timian moving around, and they'll call a travel. So a couple of fouls here before the end of the first half.
1.1 second, you're just gonna throw it in and chuck it out.
You'd certainly think so. They get it over to Burchell. He's been the best from 3, fires it one arm, and it won't quite go. So at the end of the first half, Shanley leading Valley City at 37-27. A lot of fouls is, I think, the story of that first half. Both teams had a lot. Valley City with 9, Shanley with 8. That's definitely something both teams are going to want to watch in the second half, in large part because most of the time you get more of your fouls in the second than the first. And so if that first half was any indication, it's going to be a long second half.
Yeah, that's a tough thing for the Deacons right now. Maybe your best player, Jacob Cava, has 3 fouls. Jacob McKeever, another very important player, has 2. But then Valley City has some very important players, such as Leiter with 2 fouls, and that could hurt them.
So something to watch. And real quick here before we step away for halftime, some stats for you. Jake Cava and Cam Seville tied, leading the way in scoring for Shanley with 10 points apiece. Townhofer right behind them with 8. For Valley City, it is Hunter Burchell with 9 points, all of those coming off threes, and then Matthew Leiter with 7 right behind him. So for now, we'll step away, but don't go anywhere, folks. Should be a good finish coming up in just a few minutes. Good evening, folks, and welcome back to North Dakota High School boys basketball action. I'm Jed Thomas alongside of Cade Busick as we're getting ready for the second half of play here between the Shanley Deacons and the Valley City Highliners. Highliners trail by 10 as we get ready to start off the second half. Cade, your thoughts on what the Highliners can do to get back in this game?
First possession, you take the ball and you attack Jake Cava in the post, try and draw that fourth foul out of him right away and get him on the bench. I
like it. Bold. Trying to take out one of Shanley's best players. You know, they're a deep team, but no team likes losing one of their star players, that's for sure. And like you said, he's already got 3 fouls, so why not try and get that fourth?
One thing the Deacons have been prone to do this game is been jumping on three-pointers. They can get someone in the air and get those shots, they're going to love that.
Miller with the quick inbound here to start things off, and just like that, the Highliners are going to lose this one, I think. They're going to call jump ball, alternating possession, and so will be at Shanley basketball. McKeever inbounds to Timian. Timian over to Seville. Seville out top to McKeever, now back to Timian. Timian moves in, throws out to Cava. Cava with an open look for 3, too strong. McKeever there pulls down the rebound. He puts up one that won't go and then throws it over to Seville. Seville up for 2 and he gets it.
How many times have we seen Seville get it done inside today? He's done a really good job there. And he's kind of transitioned his game to a little bit more inside today.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's a good observation. Cade been working a ton in the paint and it's paid off for him. Seville grabs this rebound, now moving up court, looks, throws one over to McKeever. Bit of a no-looker that time. McKeever throws it over to Timian, who can't get his three-pointer to go. Then Brandon Bisker is fouled underneath the hoop.
Fouls on number 12, Riley Miller, third personal, first team foul. Brandon Bisker is shooting 2.
Riley Miller, that's another one in foul trouble, and that's something that's going to really hurt both teams now down the stretch, but especially the Highliners, as they don't appear to be as deep as the Deacons.
Yeah, Miller has been one of Valley City's best players, really one of their best all-around players, kind of just doing a bit of everything for them.
He's only got 4 points, but he's got a couple of assists, a couple of rebounds, and a couple of steals, all the little things that kind of slip through the cracks in a game.
Yeah, just one of those guys out there where you look at him and you just know he's good. You might not see him on the stats all the time, but you know he's playing a good game of basketball. Miller going up for 2. That time he does get some points. And now it's an 11-point lead for Shanley. Timian goes over to McKeever. McKeever over to Cava. Cava going to take a 3 here and sinks it. Nice response there from Cava. Makes it 43-29. Miller brings it up court now. Throws that one over to Leiter. Leiter now over to Hushka. Hushka out top to Zeltinger. Zeltinger cutting in. Did not quite have the height to finish that time, but he was fouled, so he'll get a trip to the line.
Looks like that's Jacob McKeever, I believe. That's his third personal now, so both him and Jake Cava have 3 already.
Numbers to watch here. 2 starters for the Deacons. That first free throw too strong from Zeltinger.
Valley City absolutely must take advantage of these free throws. Scoring when you're behind with the clock stopped is extremely important.
Absolutely, Cade, no doubt about it. Cody Malish checks into the game now for Shanley. That free throw also no good. Highliners got the rebound, but they'll say Hushka was out of bounds, and Valley City coaching staff not loving that call. Timian's got the ball now for Shanley. They lead by 14, 16-10 left to go in the game. Timian has it now out top, gets a screen, tosses this one over to Cava. Cava cutting inside, nowhere to go with it. Zeltinger playing some nice defense. He gets it to Seville. Seville kicks it over to Bisker. Bisker pulls up, fires, and gets it.
Basket by Bisker.
Bisker having a real nice game, doing a lot of dirty work in the paint, but he's really playing well for the Deacons.
Especially offensively, which is not an area I think we expected him to be such a big contributor in, but he's done a great job tonight. Like you said, just doing the dirty work, getting those garbage points. Miller drives in, throws it out to Leiter. Leiter over to Hushka. Hushka back out top to Miller. 3, no good, off the rim. Cam Seville there to get the rebound. Looking, cuts inside, gives over to Timian. Timian wide open for 3.
His first points of the game, a deep 3.
And he's not missing that. They gave him a lot of time and a lot of space. Timian takes advantage.
Foul on number 12,
and
Timian, second personal.
Fresh off the three-pointer, though, he will pick up a foul.
Number 23, Avery Benefeld. Timeout taken by the Highlanders, 30-second timeout.
And now Valley City going to take a timeout as they trail by 19 right now. You know, the way they've played, I don't think, you know, it really feels quite like they're down this much, but Shanley has just done a good job quietly continuing to build this lead up, all of a sudden up 19.
It's actually just been a really quick little run here to get them on top. They've kind of gone on a quiet 11-2 run to really extend out this lead.
So seconds ticking down in the timeout now. So Valley City hoping to kind of stem some of that bleeding they've had over the last few minutes. For those of you who watched the girls' game, something similar to what's going on here. Lady Highliners kind of let Shanley go on a run at the end of the half and then at the beginning of the next half and just couldn't dig themselves out of a hole. And the Valley City boys not going to want to do the same thing that happened to their girls' team. That play from Jake Cava, though, won't help. Miller wheeling in, a couple of moves, throws it out to Leiter, who sinks the 3. That'll get them started now as they trail by 18 with 14:43 to go. Timian over to Cava. Cava inside, then out to Malish. Malish open for 3. Picture perfect.
Malish with his first points of the game.
Moving up court is Miller. He wheels around, throws up a 2 that won't go off the back of the rim. Hushka, great job keeping it alive. Miller with the easy basket. And that's the kind of compete you need from Valley City.
That's the play that'll get you back into a tough game.
Seville over to Timian. He goes back to Seville. Inside, Cam Seville throws up the 2, but it's no good. It's a little strong. Leiter. That time got it off over to Benefeld. And that one goes out of bounds off Shanley.
Number 15, Tom Erie.
Hoffer and Erie back in. Pretty crazy for Shanley that those two were on the bench in the first place. Highliner cycling this ball around, a little sloppy with it though, and Mason Timian comes up with it. Hoffer moving in, looking, fires, and that one's just short. Burchell now bringing it up the far side. He goes over to Benefeld. Benefeld looking, able to get that one off to Leiter. Leiter's 2 is short, tried to get his own rebound. He could not. Cava there goes behind the back, able to find some space, and fouled on his way by Benefeld.
Falls on number 23, Avery Benefeld, third personal.
So, 19-point lead here for Shanley with 13:28.
And that's another one with 3 fouls now. Now, that's something that Shanley really needs to take advantage of now and just put the nails in the coffin even early in the second half.
Yeah, those numbers, those foul numbers, really starting to get Valley City into a bit of trouble. Cava has it at the top of the key. He cuts inside, passes it over to Hoffer, who goes to Timian, and Timian gets the 3. Excellent display of passing, able to find the open man, Timian.
It's going to be a reach-in foul against Mason Timian, and it does not look like Shanley is overly happy with that call. Well, Campsville will check back in for Mason now.
Funny enough, last time Timian hit a 3, he picked up a foul immediately following and happens to do it again.
We want to give a shout out to Shanley teacher Mrs. Brock, who is watching at home. Thanks for watching, Mrs. Brock.
Byerly moves this one around. Highliners just cycling right now. Looking content to wait. Long 3 fired in and out that time from Burchell. He had been money earlier in the game. Cooled off a little bit right now. Seville with a nice move, looking for two. But it's a travel on Seville. Was going to be quite the play for him, but the call ends up going against him. Zeltinger back out there now for Valley City. Byerly to inbound. A little bit of confusion here for the
Shanley Deacons are going to move into a press, or not a press, 2-3 zone.
Benefeld over to Zeltinger, now over to Byerly. Byerly with 2 men on him. Great job getting it away from Erie. Leiter fires the 3 off the rim, no good. Trying to save it that time was Zeltinger, but he could not. Ball out of bounds off the Highliners. Deacon basketball with 12:25 remaining in the game.
One thing I'd like to see the Highliners do is get up and press and try and force the action a little bit of the Deacons.
Offer carries forward for the Deacons. Trying to get the screen from Cava, won't really go. Cava has it at the top of the key. Inside, working against, that time Benefeld.
They're going to call that foul on the ground. Owned.
Falls on number 23
here.
Benefeld, 4th personal.
Yeah, and that'll be Benefeld's 4th.
Basketball underneath.
Watch on this play for them to try and get Cava a shot from the corner.
Checking in, number 12.
And now Benefeld is going to sit. Riley Miller comes out. Obviously, Benefeld in some serious foul trouble. Cava inbounding. He finds Seville. Seville sits with it. Let Shanley set up. Hoffer now going back to Seville. Now over to Cava at the top of the key. Cava moving in. Little spin move up for 2. Almost, but not quite. Byerly has it on the near side, working against Malish. He cuts in. Little jumper for 2. No good, but the foul. Had been a fairly fast start to this second half, but things have slowed down by quite a bit with the fouls stopping the clock.
Number 3, Sam Byerly.
So Byerly is at the line now, shooting 2. First one is good. Get a look at the replay here, and you see Malish went up that time, tried to block him, ended up hitting the forearm. Byerly's second, also good. That's what you need. Highliners trail by 20 now. Townhofer has it on the near side. He goes over to Cava. Cava look to his left, no one there. He'll fill that vacancy, and then pass intended for Seville was tipped by Zeltinger out of bounds. And they will say that's Valley City basketball. Shanley not loving that call. Not sure who they thought it went out off of. I'm guessing Cam Seville. Seville says he didn't touch it, but play continues. Zeltinger for 3, and he sinks it. 56-39. Hoffer over to Seville, and a travel called against Seville. And so, quick fouls there for Shanley. Suddenly a little bit of life now for Valley City.
Also checking in for the Deacons, number 20, Jake McKeever.
The Deacons are going to come up, and they are, I believe, going to go into their zone press again.
Zeltinger moves it up court, gives over to Miller. Miller looking. Valley City handling the press well. Leiter has it in the corner now. He goes over to Burchell. Burchell trying to regain that three-point touch. Not working for him, but he did get the rebound. McKeever right on top of Burchell. He pitches that one out to Miller. Miller cutting inside, some nice moves, but he cannot finish. Seville advancing this one now for the Deacons. McKeever's got it. He goes over to Hoffer. Hoffer now back to Seville. Seville moving inside, lost it for a moment, but got back to it. Short on the shot, and Leiter's got it.
It's going to be a foul on Cody Malish there, a little push. Nothing intentional, but you can't run into him like that. That's his second personal.
Dangers of the press.
15 foul.
It's going to be their 5th team foul, and the Highliners could very quickly be in the bonus here.
That would be huge for them as they're currently down 17. Miller looking. He gets it over to Zeltinger. Actually, not quite. Tom Erie got in there to break it up, looking more like the cornerback he is in fall. And so a foul subsequently called against Valley City.
4th personal foul.
And that is Zeltinger's 4th. So Valley City really having some troubles here with the fouls.
That is 2 players now for Valley City with 4 fouls, and that is tough to come back from.
Hoffer kicks it out top to Erie, and another travel going against the Deacons.
That's 3 possessions in a row. They've had offensive turnovers, and that is a killer.
Yeah, you just can't let that happen right now. You're trying to ice a game, and they're giving Valley City every opportunity to try and come back here. Miller spins around, gets it over to Byerly. Byerly moving in, back out to Miller. Miller hesitates, going out top, dangerous pass to Byerly. Open man, now the 3 from Leiter, in and out. That's tough for Valley City. Hair over 10 minutes left in the game. Cam Seville brings it forward. He gets it over to Hoffer. Hoffer takes a contested 3 that won't go. Erie for the rebound, putback. With it now is Leiter. He goes over to Burchell. Burchell has Hoffer in front of him, so he'll send it over to Miller. Miller got a Byerly in the corner. Byerly has to send it back to Miller. 2 men on him. He goes right back to Byerly. Miller now over, that time to Hushka. Hushka's shot wouldn't go. Physical rebounding, and a foul going against the Deacons.
I believe they're going to call this one on Cody Tom Erie, excuse me. It's his first and the 6th team foul on the Deacons.
For the Deacons, checking in Mason Timmy and Brandon Bisker, Jake Cava.
Big subs here for Shanley. They'll switch out 3 guys. Again, though, those transitions are practically seamless for them.
Shanley's going with their original starting lineup now.
Highliners moving this one around. Byerly up for 2, and he gets it. 17-point lead for the Deacons. McKeever over to Seville. Seville in the corner, trying to get some separation. Tough D that time from Byerly.
And call that on the ground, so the Deacons are going to get the ball underneath, but the bucket won't count.
15 foul.
Seville maybe saved a bit that time, as it looked like I thought he was going to get caught for the travel that time, but I do think the foul occurred from Valley City before he picked that ball up. Cava throws it out to Seville. Seville in the corner, back to Cava, looking for 3, just short off the rim. Byerly gets the board, now he's bringing it forward. He throws over to Hushka. Hushka, nowhere to go. He goes back to Byerly, back inside to Hushka. Kicks it out to Leiter for the open 3. Too strong.
3s for Valley City early were their bread and butter. They are struggling now mightily.
Tough foul underneath the net there, and the call will be going against Valley City. And folks, at this time, we would like to give a shout out to Mrs. Grinsteiner watching. Thank you very much for tuning in, Miss Grinsteiner. 8:51 now left to go in the second half.
Brandon Bisker at the free throw line.
Bisker at the line. First attempt is good. Second attempt here for Bisker. And that one is good. So 60-41, 19-point lead here for Shanley, and Valley City has really got to get going now. Leiter over to Burchell. He goes over to Byerly. Byerly surveys and then finds Miller. A little dump off to Miller won't amount to much. He's in a bit of trouble with Seville on top of him. Gets it back out to Hushka. Hushka cuts inside. Nowhere to go with it. Able to get it out top to Miller, who goes over to Byerly. Byerly almost lost it. And that ball goes out of bounds off of Shanley, I believe. And that will be the call. Just 10 seconds left on the shot clock, though. And we'll see what Valley City can do here with limited time. And that one is too strong. Timian grabs it on the fast break. Easy layup.
Basket by Timian.
And Byerly looked a little upset after that one. I think a miscommunication there for the Highliners. No doubt a little bit of frustration after that. Burchell puts that one up. No good. Rebound grab by Seville. Seville bringing it back the other way. Contested by Miller. That ball falls, but it's waved
before
off.
The shot.
So another foul going against the Highliners, though.
That's his 4th.
And Miller picks up his 4th.
Foul, Camp Seville at the free throw line.
I don't think they'll have him sit, in part because the Highliners are just too depleted right now.
Checking in for the Highliners,
That last basket may have actually counted. And however, I believe a Shanley player tipped it when it was on the rim.
So an unfortunate break there for the Deacons, but still Seville is at the line. That attempt is good, and so it's 63-41 now.
Deacons have gone on a little 5-point run here, starting to widen the lead out a little bit.
Byerly over to Hushka. Hushka looks and then goes in the corner over to Zeltinger. Zeltinger out top to Byerly. Byerly throws that one across the court, able to find Taylor. And the Highliners just cycling now, looking for an opening, and a foul going against the Deacons.
It's going to be 20. Jake McKeever, his 4th personal, but that will also put the Highliners in bonus for the rest of the game.
So Valley City happy to have that. The deficit, though, is 22 with 7:43 remaining. Free throw attempt is good.
McKeever is going to get taken out here with 4 fouls.
And Tom Erie has just 1 as he checks in. Byerly looking to go 2 for 2 at the line here. Second one good as well, so now a 20-point deficit. Seville carries forward for Shanley. He goes over to Erie on the far side. Tom Erie slashes in. Can't quite get the 2. That ball flies up into the air on the contested rebound. It'll go out of bounds. Last touched by Valley City. They'll say it went off Mitchell Taylor. Cava looking to inbound. He goes over to Timian. Timian wheels around. He throws it right back to Cava, now working on the baseline, and a foul will go against Luther Zeltinger.
I believe that is his 4th as well. That gives them 4.
No, that will be Zeltinger's 5th.
That will also put Shanley in the bonus.
Hunter Burchell checking in.
So Burchell will have to come in after that's 5 for Zeltinger. .20 lead for Shanley, and Jake Cava makes it 21. Got another opportunity. And that one's good as well. So Hushka throws that one over to Byerly. Byerly goes behind the back, had tight D on him that time from Mason Timian. Byerly inside to Hushka, who got blocked from behind by Tom Erie, but Byerly was there to put it back for 2. Erie with some moves, looking for the 2 ball, does not get it. Taylor to Byerly in the near corner. Byerly just barely gets it over to Burchell, almost picked off by Erie. Byerly's got it out the top of the key, throws over to Burchell, wants the 3, he'll take it, and it's off the rim. Seville bringing it forward for Shanley. Goes to Erie on near side. Erie over to Cava. Cava along the baseline. Violent play down there, working against Hushka. Props to Hushka, standing his own there. 5'9", working against 6'3".
One thing we're starting to see here, the Deacons are starting to go back to Camp Seville again to play the point guard and moving Mason down to play more of a wing.
19 foul. Tom Erie shooting the bonus.
I think that's more of the setup we expected. Both really seem to work for him, though.
Checking back in.
And Townhofer will come in as Cam Seville takes a seat.
Checking in for the Highliners, Riley Miller, Matt Later.
Erie's attempt is no good, short. And so it'll be Miller to inbound.
Deacons are going to go back to their man-to-man defense.
Miller makes the cut on the near side. Wheels around, going, puts up the 2.
Basket by Miller.
Makes it 65-47, 18-point game. Cava has it, fires 1 for 2, and a nice move from Cava to make it a 20-point lead once again. Burchell moving it up, nice pass to Miller, gets it over to Taylor. Taylor, the 3 is too strong. Rebound almost grabbed by Leiter, but Bisker wins that battle. Erie going low with this one. How about those handles? Tom Erie with the finish as well. Taylor goes to Hushka in the corner. Hushka surveys. Little bounce pass over to Miller. Miller answers Tom Erie's nice moves with some of his own. And that makes it a 20-point game once again. And Valley City will use a timeout.
Heck of a finish there. Can't beat that. Really nice play by Valley City.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially a nice job answering a heck of a play from Tom Erie. Good to kind of negate that momentum, do something for yourself that time. So got a bit of a break here as Valley City will use a full timeout. And so with that in mind, we'll take a quick minute to remind you, don't forget that you can connect with Shanley TV on social media, get the latest updates about Shanley sports teams, plus reminders about upcoming broadcasts. Like our Facebook page today at facebook.com/ShanleyTV. Follow us on Twitter at ShanleyTV, and follow us on Instagram at ShanleyTV. So time ticking away here in this timeout for Valley City. Gonna have a little over 5 minutes to work with out of this. Again, they trail by 20.
One thing to notice here, though, is that Valley City is down to 1 timeout. Should this game get a little bit closer, they can't use it to get out of a trap if needed.
Something to think about there, like you said, Cade. But Valley City at this point just hoping they can get it to that point, and then worry about your timeouts once you get there. Hoffer with some nifty moves. He pulls up and gets the 2. And right now, both teams are just kind of trading some fancy moves around the hoop. Hushka waits for that press to lay off, then throws it over to Burchell. Burchell fires one in the corner to Taylor. Taylor out top to Hushka. Hushka looking, he's got Leiter. Leiter, nowhere to go, gives it to Miller. Miller gonna cut inside, that one's closed off by Erie. Taylor fires the 3 and drains it. The lead is 19 now for Shanley, 4:35 remaining in the game. Bisker, nowhere to go. Deacons cycle it all the way around. Erie throws it inside to Cava. Cava, a bad angle, and now he's down.
He got hit in the mouth, it looks like. I think a forearm to the mouth. It's going to be all right, but that's not going to feel good.
Yeah, took a shot there that time, getting up, though. Tough break there for Cava, and have to imagine they might sit him maybe for the remainder of this one. Up 19, just a little over 4 minutes to go. And Jake's little brother Joe will come out to wipe down the spot of impact. And the crowd acknowledges Joe Cava for his efforts. So Hunter Burchell will inbound. Timian on top of him. Burchell, quick inbound over to Leiter, who goes right back to Burchell. Working his way up court. Tight defense here, but he's doing a nice job. Miller has it now, a little spin move, got away for a moment. Now he gives it to Hushka. Hushka fires over to Miller. Taylor has it now. Taylor just barely gets that one to Burchell. Burchell pulls up for 2, and it's off the rim. Does not connect. Quick little pass to McKeever, almost a beautiful play, but doesn't fall. Taylor snags that one out of the air, almost a great move that time for him, but again, can't finish. Ball moving, go ahead.
McKeever's calling for the ball underneath, but Talon Hopper just wasn't able to see him.
Ball moving up and down the court pretty fast right now. Both teams just rushing back and forth, and no one's really converting. Riley Miller has it for the Highliners. He just works his way right through the Shanley defense. Unfortunate that he couldn't convert because he just kind of cut through him like a hot knife in butter. McKeever fires the three, a little too strong. Rebound grab by Erie. Nice effort play to keep that one alive. And then Hoffer underneath the hoop. Can't get it to fall, and Malish has that one knocked out of his hands by Burchell. Miller working, had two men on him, got away, gives it to Leiter. His three is good. 71-55, 16 points now the deficit.
See Mason Timian, he's telling everybody we're going to try and slow this down a little bit and kill a little clock here.
Right, still a pretty big lead here for Shanley, but stuff like that happens.
They're going to call a foul on Talon Hoffer here. That'll put Valley City on the line, shooting 2.
Fouls on number 5, Talon Hoffer, his first personal.
And not much Hoffer could do there, and you can really make the argument it's better to have Hoffer trip him up and make him go to the line than just give him a free layup.
Benefeld in for the Highliners. Matt Leiter shooting the bonus.
So Leiter shooting the bonus now. 2:39 remaining in the game.
These will be his first free throws of the game.
And the first one's good, so he'll get a second. Attempt number 2, in and out. So 1 for 2 on that trip. Deacons playing fast here. Seville stymied that time, couldn't find a way into the defense. Hoffer tries, looked like he was going to shoot. Instead made a heck of a dish to McKeever, and McKeever gets the and one.
Fouls on number 34, Hunter Burchell, first personal. 10th team foul, McKeever shooting 1.
McKeever shot off the rim, no good. And that one will wind up out of bounds.
It's going to be Deacon ball after one out on Valley City. A tough break for Valley City there.
Fortunate for the Deacons here, able to maintain possession and maybe burn some more clock. Hoffer has it. Looking, a couple men in motion and able to find McKeever that time. He goes up and gets 2. Jake McKeever with a nice couple of minutes. You can see the smile on his face, and now Hoffer goes down.
I think they're going to call a block here again on Hoffer. That'll send Valley City to the line. I don't know if they called that on the ground or shooting. That'll depend on how many. That'll change how many free throws there are.
19 foul.
It's going to be 2.
First attempt, no good from Leiter.
At the free throw line, Matt Leiter. Sam Byerly checking in.
Leiter's second is good. So 75-57, 18 points separate these two teams now. Talon Hoffer bringing it forward, has a couple options. He'll keep it himself, though. Now he goes over to Timian. Timian looks. He's got Seville out in front. Cam Seville going up.
They're going to call him for a charge here.
And that's a tough break for Seville. Tough play, went down hard. Thought he got some points out of it. Unfortunately for him, he actually got called for the foul.
Second personal.
That was only Seville's second. Just under 2 minutes remaining now. Benefeld has it here for the Highliners. He's got 4 fouls. Had to take a seat for a while. Byerly gives over to Miller. Miller going back to Benefeld. He goes to Leiter. Leiter cutting inside. Thought he had some space. Turns around. Able to make something out of nothing that time. Timian passes that one off over to Hoffer, and a whistle, and a foul going against the Deacons.
Fouls on number 20, Jake McKeever.
That is his 5th. He is done. He had a very good effort tonight. We're going to see Miles Wasik making his first appearance of the game.
So both teams now have one man fouled out.
Checking in for the Deacons, number 22, Miles Wasik.
As you said, Wasik will check in McKeever's place. Quick inbound to Miller. Miller goes behind the back, bringing it up court now. Looking, nowhere to go with it. He'll take the shot himself, can't get it. Nice effort play trying to tip it back in, but it won't fall. Seville going over to Timian. Timian over to Malish. Malish goes inside to Wasik. He throws it out to Timian, whose three is in and out, and the rebound is pulled down by Byerly. Byerly bringing it up now with 55 seconds left to play. Shot from the corner is no good off the rim from Leiter, and the Deacons get the rebound. Cam Seville moving in, and a nice play from Seville for two. Miller kicks it over to Benefeld. Benefeld across now to Taylor. Taylor back out top to Benefeld. He shoots the three, and that rebound's pulled down by Taylor. A jump ball.
Valley City ball by rotating possession. And Jordan Peterson will be checking in for the Deacons.
Just 26 seconds left to go. And a 77-59 lead for Valley City. Or excuse me, for Shanley. Moving in now is Miller. He throws it out top to Taylor. Taylor didn't even really look at the basket on that three. I don't think anyone thought it was going. He just about made it, though. And of all the plays here tonight, that might have been my favorite. Cade just didn't even look and shot it. I love that.
Yeah, you gotta love that. Really good effort today from both teams. Really nice game.
A little bit of trickery from Taylor to try to end the game. Didn't quite go. Timian will hold on to this one and let the clock run out as Shanley walks away with a 77-59 victory. It was a fairly tight first half. The Highliners kept it interesting, thanks in large part to the play of Matt Leiter and Hunter Burchell. End of the day, though, Shanley able to outlast them. Cade, your final thoughts here?
You know, this is a really good job by Shanley team. They've really meshed well, and they're only going to get better as the season goes on. They got a couple of new players that they're mixing in with Talon Hoffer especially, but then they will be getting Caleb Crispin back, which will be a huge boost for them in a couple of weeks.
Absolutely. A couple quick stats here to leave you with. Jake Cava led the way tonight with 19 points total for everyone. Cam Seville right behind him with 15 for Shanley. On the Valley City side of things, Matt Leiter had 17, Riley Miller had 10, and Hunter Burchell finished with 9. Well, for Cade Busick and our entire crew, I'm Jed Thomas. Your final score from Fargo: Shanley Deacons 77, Valley City Highliners 59. To watch the archived version of this entire game and our other broadcasts, go to ShanleyTV.com. The proceeding has been a presentation of Shanley TV.